Yo, that would be pretty funny to have a strain called the Young Terps. What is a terp, though? It's the oil in the weed that gives it a flavor.
What?
Oh,
Everything in life?
But people say terps when it comes to. Okay.
Sounds like a really pertinent word. Why have I never heard it before?
I don't want to give away all of my awesome weed strain name ideas because I'm pretty sure I have some gas. There's one. Gas.
Great name.
So I'm holding on to it for now, but
You should call your weed dope.
I got some fucking ideas, man. For weed strain names, I really feel like this might actually be my thing. Like I might
Like
be more
naming weed strains.
You know, okay, I'm gonna tell you the truth. I knew a guy who
That was his job.
no, but ice cream flavors.
That's
He
awesome.
literally started dating a girl, and this is all hearsay. This might not be true. He was a professional BMX rider, one of the greatest riders of all time, and he got a job making like a lot of money, literally just naming ice cream flavors because he started dating a girl whose dad owned the company.
Ben & Jerry's.
Just some ice cream company, I don't know, some other ice cream company probably. So that was his
It
job,
also sounds
naming
like
ice cream.
it sounds like folklore.
I know.
The mythical unicorn.
As I say it, it sounds made up.
Yeah, because I feel like that's not a job title in itself. Like, there's probably like, come on.
But there's a lot of vanity jobs out there, and I know it sucks because like both of us, like any kind of work we've done in our lives has pretty much just been like actual work.
Yeah.
But like there's a lot of like the
Taste testers and shit.
I'm thinking like Joe Biden's son working for the Ukrainian government doing jack shit just so that they can get better treatment or some shit.
That's his real job?
I mean, that's a big part of this whole impeachment inquiry.
Well,
I'm not going to act like I really know that much. We were just talking about the Young Turks and how the Young Turks apparently are supporting Bernie Sanders. And then I said that I want to have a weed strain called the Young Terps. So if somebody wants to steal that from me, whatever. I'm sure that this is not a legally binding conversation that we're having right now. Yes, you can. Did you know?
what?
Did you know that there's a we had 30,000 people watching us talk about the Logan Paul fight over the weekend?
I tuned in for a little bit.
You did.
I tuned in for a bit when it was Banks and Keem and then Justin Wang.
Justin Wang.
And then I like kind of spaced out. And then I when I came back, there was two other people. Or
Justin Wang and Nerd
moved
City.
Yeah, I don't know who they are, but Yuri was very fucking rock hard.
He was.
For him.
Oh, Yuri has a hard on for Nerd City. I didn't even know that.
For all of them. He was like,
Yeah.
these are the most influential YouTubers of this fucking platform.
Because
You should know them.
To Yuri, if Yuri meets somebody and they have like 2,000 subscribers, Yuri's kind of geeked off that. Like, damn, he's a real creator. He's got 2,000 subs. Like, Yuri one time literally told me about Twitch streamers. He's like, if you can get 200 viewers consistently, that's a career. 200?
Okay,
I don't know, man.
I don't want to shit on him too much, but I mean, there was a time when me and him used to have the same amount of subscribers, and I was like, oh, wow.
Did you
That was-
blast past him?
Come on.
He blasted past you? I don't know.
You would actually say that?
I haven't looked at you guys' sub counts. I'm going to be totally honest.
I'm over 10K.
Ooh, nice.
That's a real job right there. That's a career.
Where's
no,
that plaque? They should at least give you a postcard.
100%.
When you hit 10K, get a little postcard from Susan.
I would definitely frame that. But
I'm deadly close to the Adam 22 channel hitting 1 million. And then I'll be able to theoretically get another plaque because I have just one plaque.
so what's the plaque standards? It's 1 mil,
1 mil.
and then
10 mil. And then there is the 100 mil thing that PewDiePie got.
is he the only person on the platform that has that?
I guess T-Series got it, but I'm pretty sure that they just didn't care because they're a fucking Indian monopoly. And what the hell do they care about getting a ruby plaque in the mail? Nobody talks about T-Series in America now that they've whooped PewDiePie's ass. How many subs are they up to, I wonder? Well, when is the Korean T-Series going to come out? And will you be involved?
No. T-Series, they like do video games and shit, right?
No, it's more just like a home for like all kinds of Indian content, like all the Indian cool music videos and stuff, and like TV show trailers or that kind of shit. From my experience, I'm sure the T-Series is doing all
I
kinds of things.
bet you that if there was, like, if China wasn't, their own fucking world, and they were on YouTube, they would probably have the fucking biggest one if they had some sort of C-series or whatever.
But I love that idea of China, just the YouTube channel China. And it's just China doesn't let anybody else in China have a YouTube channel besides China. And then they have they're on all the other platforms too. But if you're in China and you have a Twitter account, it's all just Lindsay Liu working at the fucking foot rub place.
Oh my
And
God.
she's only allowed to follow her homies and then China. No, they would never allow it because as soon as you get on Twitter, you're going to start finding out about what else is going on in the world.
I don't know how you come up with this shit in your brain.
It would be so cool, though, if China was like, if there's like Facebook, Google, China.
They do have their own China.
But they don't have a YouTube channel, right? If they do, they're not doing
They
enough
have
with it.
They have Weibo.
Weibo. Whatever. I don't
Yeah.
fucking care. I watched a video last night about a woman, like a day in the life of a Japanese cosplayer. Like her job is that she sits on a fucking iPad for 2 hours every night and she gets like animated like donations of like gifts from her fans. And she's like, oh yes, thank you for the cake. Please give me vacation to Hawaii.
Wait, what platform? Twitch?
I don't know. It's some fucking weird ass Chinese shit. But she's got a ring light and then she's got an iPad and she just sits there for 2 hours every night, like and like she's like taking photos, dressed up as like all these different anime characters
like
and
I've
shit like
seen
this. And but it's weird though because it's like, how is this any different than Lena's life? How is it any different than my life? You know, like I'm literally doing like an average day for me might be like a photo shoot for some Fashion Nova type shit because I'm getting paid off that, and then sit in front of the camera and listen to people's music. I guess that's different than me like smiling and winking and just being like a little
Give me
anime
cake.
hottie. Give me cake. Hawaii vacation.
Is this like a person that's not Asian that's in China that does cosplay?
No, she's Asian, and that's the funny part. Oh, dude, she fucking verbalized something that I don't know if you've ever actually like said before, but she did her eye makeup and shit, and then she puts on a mask to leave the house, and they go, why are you putting the mask on? And she goes, because I didn't finish my makeup.
Yeah,
And
100%.
yeah, but isn't that
felt
fucking
that.
weird to think that like
No.
everybody thinks that it's just because there's so much crap in the air.
It's a
It's
bit of
not.
both.
It's
And
'cause
it's
the lips
three
aren't
things.
done yet.
No, not that lips aren't done. It's like makeup is one. You could be sick. Air quality could be bad, and it's also like a fashion statement sometimes.
I know, it's just freaky.
I don't know if freaky is a word that I would describe it.
I think all other cultures are freaky, so
I know
I'm
that
just
you
sort
feel
of
that
coming
way.
from that. I'm like an Archie Bunker type, you know. I'm just very sort of freaked out by the outside world.
I don't know if freaked out is a word.
Freaked out, filled with rage.
Yeah, that's more like it.
That's not true at all. I'm so woke. I'm so open to other cultures. Don't you think?
No.
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 Fuck. Why? Just because I hate EDM and your cocaine lifestyle?
Where are you coming up with this
Somebody
stuff?
said that in the comments that Adam always says something about Cam Girl being addicted to cocaine, and she always gets pissed.
Yeah, you do bring it up pretty often.
Libel. It's all about just smearing your good name. How was your weekend? You do anything interesting?
What did I do this weekend? No, not at all. I just had a chill weekend. I mean, my life for the most part, unless I'm like DJing, I'm like at home on my computer. I don't think like we have a fucking amazing, glamorous lifestyle going to the club every night with popping bottles and champagne.
I almost went to the club on Saturday
I just
night
touched
after
your
the Logan
foot.
Paul fight.
Oh yeah, you went to that.
We went to that. And,
I watched it.
Oh my god, you watched the vlog?
I watched a little bit of the vlog, but I watched Harmonious Yuri stream where he illegally
yeah.
streamed the fucking KSI fight.
I would love for DAZN to just get in your ass over that. You better delete it because I don't have to call the homies up at DAZN and tell them.
Fuck is that?
Claim
DiGiorno?
him. DAZN is the company that like did this thing and like presumably made a shitload of money for Logan Paul and KSI. But yeah, I don't know.
He deleted it.
I mean, so we get there and it's like the main thing, like there's two different stages. We're in the sort of VIP lounge and there's tons of YouTubers in there. Dude, I met Roman Atwood and his wife and they were super cool to me and then they both followed me on Twitter. Just
You had a hard on.
Sort of, because I just fucking, I don't know. They're like, that's like some of the biggest YouTubers from when I sort of started doing YouTube is Roman Atwood.
PewDiePie,
was not there.
he doesn't like go out and go to these kind of things, huh?
PewDiePie,
I feel like he does his own thing.
He doesn't, I mean, he's kind of, well, I mean, to be honest, PewDiePie would fit in fine there. Like,
Yeah.
I mean, the fact that he's like overwhelmingly famous, like way more famous than most people back there, that is like a thing. Like, that would definitely stand out a lot. Like, he would be like overwhelmingly famous there. Like, it's not like you see Justin Bieber just kicking it in the VIP lounge, you know, but like Fousey's there, Roman Atwood's there, Keemstar's there, FaZe Bank's there. Is PewDiePie way more famous than everybody named? Yeah, but it doesn't really matter in that environment because everybody is sort of on a similar, you know, level of like
Wavelength.
whatever, you
Yeah.
know. But then there was a fake Ed Sheeran. I don't know if you saw that.
What's up with all these like persona
I know.
fucking
And
impersonators?
there's a YouTuber who got like millions of views just off of bringing a fake Ed Sheeran to this event. And
That seems to be like a trend on YouTube. I saw one going viral about I brought fake Lil Pump to.
Oh, I watched a little
Austin
bit of
City
that too.
Limits. Yeah,
That
I
was
watched
so
that.
funny because you basically have to have no clue what Lil Pump looks like to think that that guy was Lil Pump. That guy looked like Big Nick in the face. It was just not happening. But yeah, that guy got so much attention and views off of just walking this guy around. I knew as soon as I saw him, and I consider myself a person who has realistically watched almost no Ed Sheeran content in my life. Like I just really have spent very little time looking at Ed Sheeran's
I love
face.
Ed Sheeran.
You do. I don't know dog shit about him.
Great music.
Seems very talented. Seems like a nice guy because I've definitely probably at some point watched at least one like interview clip with him or whatever. But I just really am not a knowledgeable person about what Ed Sheeran looks like. And I saw this guy and I could see the fucking look in his face. Like this is not a massive celebrity who just so happens to be here. This is a guy who's wondering if I am falling for whatever the fuck he's trying to do. So I knew right away. I had to tell Tana. I had to tell FaZe. I think FaZe Banks knew from the get-go that it wasn't Ed Sheeran. I don't know if he's a massive fan or something. But like Tana was like excited taking a photo with him. And I told her like, that's not Ed Sheeran. And because this is the main thing is like, Ed Sheeran is just not at that kind of thing just by himself, looking all humble and shit. It's like Ed Sheeran, if he's going to be at a thing like that, he's going to have a bodyguard of some sort. He's going to have some sort of like manager person doing point for him, whatever.
What, that guy was just like walking around solo dolo?
His vibe was way too chill to be like a massively famous and rich
Are you sure that he was
celebrity.
even trying to be an impersonator, or
Yes.
was he just...
That was the whole idea.
Oh.
It was the guy who was with him who was like, I'm going to bring this impersonator around with me all the time, which is really actually a funny idea. It's a fun, that's like a cool way to do.
I might to bring an Adam 22 impersonator somewhere.
There you go.
Great
See
idea.
if G-Eazy is available. I mean, that's like an
You
interesting
think that's
way.
your doppelganger?
I'm just kidding. But that's a good way to get a lot of views very easily. Because what does it cost to hire an impersonator? It's just a fucking person. It probably costs like $200. You can get them to hang out with you all day. And you get millions of views. You get to put a celebrity's name in the video. It's actually really smart because we have a brand deal coming up where I have to get 500,000 views on the video.
You have to.
Yeah.
What happens if you don't?
Then we
You want me to just buy you some?
probably don't get paid off the video. So it's like, it's kind of weird because like normally when we're making vlogs, it's like, yes, I am aware of like the idea that it needs to get views and stuff, but I'm not like,
Like you have to hit this fucking this marker.
500K is pretty significant. Usually we only get 500K unless there's like some significant celebrity tie-in. And when I
Yeah.
say celebrity, I mean like our celebrities. Like we just did that vlog backstage with the How the West Was Won festival. We had like Snoop, Game, Whack 100 in the thumbnail.
Didn't care.
I mean, that's not our fan base. Like
Yeah.
our fan base is not super concerned with older rappers. That's why I'm interested.
I feel like you have to do like I have a Juice WRLD impersonator, blah blah blah.
Wow, that's a good idea.
The blah 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 part.
Yeah, no, it'd be funny. Like there are a lot of like.
Yeah, or
Lil
like
Pump is the perfect one because you can't see his face most of the time. He's got like big sunglasses,
Exactly.
crazy hair, face tattoos. You barely even see the kid.
You know what you should do? You should bring Selena's friend and make her Woah Vicky.
But nobody gives a fuck about Woah Vicky.
I think it's funny.
I mean, some people do,
I
but
think it's funny. Bring a Woah Vicky impersonator and a Bad Baby impersonator, and then you hang out with them and like they
no,
hold hands.
It's not gonna be good for my image. Carting them to around. I don't need to. I mean, me even.
You have to cart them around.
Me having done multiple podcasts with Bad Baby in the first place is a little weird. We gotta be real. Like that's optics wise. Like one of the best decisions I think I ever made was not interviewing Lil Tay when they offered it to me. I think that would be a bad one on my record.
Yeah, apparently something's going on with her dad, and she's working out some legal troubles. But then again,
Really?
who knows?
I mean, yeah. I mean, and I've said no to interviewing a lot of children. There's a family out there who keeps trying to get me to interview their like 8-year-old rapper kid. Like you're 8? No.
Maybe they should start their own like no jumper for kids and have like a kid interviewing kid rappers. I feel like that would make way more sense than like you sitting across the table from like an 8-year-old being like, so what are your inspirations?
But when I interviewed B Slime, that's how it was. I'm interviewing a 12-year-old, but he was so funny and cool. But at the same time,
Yeah.
it's like I can't talk to a 12-year-old like the way I talk to a 25-year-old or a 35-year-old. It's like I felt like a school therapist where I'm like kind of trying to like guide him towards some positive conclusions. But then he ended up being so nice and so cool. You know, if you're interviewing a 12-year-old and they're like, yeah, I take Percocets, like I had sex with a girl last night, I'm gonna be like, oh my God. Like, what? But he was so nice and so family friendly. Yeah, you probably couldn't air that. But no, I do like your idea for like, because I'm so fascinated by kids' YouTube channels. Like, are you familiar?
Oh wait, but didn't they?
Yes, well, that is a whole thing. It's gonna be harder to monetize children's content going forward. But are you aware of Blippi?
No.
Blippi is just a guy who I found out about him because he basically like is the fave of my nephews, and he's just a guy, and he dresses in this sort of goofy like orange and blue outfit, and he talks like, hey kids, are you ready to learn how to skateboard? And he just acts so animated, ridiculous to the camera.
Sounds creepy.
Ridiculously huge YouTube channel of him just doing stupid shit like this. Like, let's go bounce a ball. Today we're learning to bounce a ball. And he's like hanging out with like a 3-year-old kid, like bounce a ball and whatever. And like, I mean, that's like a thing that there's like certain people who are really good at communicating with kids. Like I watched that documentary about Mr. Roberts.
Mr. Rogers?
Mr.
Rogers?
Roberts. Holy shit, my childhood is fading into my fucking weed-soaked brain, dude. But, you know, he was like that. Like, we're like, he just knew how to talk really slow and just simplify ideas, and kids just gravitate toward him. This dude Blippi is like that. He was just playing with kids, like his you know, nephews or whatever, and he was so good at it that he started a YouTube channel talking to kids at scale.
I'm kind of curious what he looks like.
He's just like the most regular-looking white guy you ever seen.
But he dresses up crazy.
Yeah, he wears this like stupid like a bow tie, and he's got like a hat and glasses.
I guess he's like what Blue's Clues was to this generation.
Because think about the Blues Clues guy. If that guy...
that was like my favorite fucking show ever.
I don't even know about that shit, but I used to watch hella Sesame Street.
I didn't like Sesame Street.
See, isn't that weird? That's like a generational thing. But I'm pretty sure my parents watched Sesame Street and I watched Sesame Street, and then like my nephews probably will never really know much about Sesame Street, right?
Isn't it still on the air?
It's on HBO, but it's only that HBO has a 1 hour exclusive or a 1 month exclusive on the content, and then it goes to PBS, I believe. Well, how many viewers do we have? 1,700. I just want to know how many viewers we have when we're talking about something that's stupid. But anyway, Blippi, you could take that idea of just being like a really like good at talking to kids person or whatever, but then make it like a rap thing, and like you're bringing different kids onto rap every day and stuff. It's kind of a great idea.
Anyways, what do you think is going to happen to YouTube when they can't? Do you think that when they can't advertise to kids, do you think they're going to make their own? I feel like they should have a YouTube for kids like own platform or site like section.
They do have a YouTube Kids app, and then it's like that's where a huge percentage of views that kids content is being ascertained, and that's why when you see like a Pokemon Go YouTuber, it's so important to them that they never swear or put anything adult in their videos because they want to be on the kids app. What's happening is that there's like policies basically that are being put into place so that if you do have a YouTube channel that is doing egregious over advertising, like Jake Paul is like the main person that in the past has been accused of basically violating these guidelines where, you know, there's certain rules that if you have a kid's show, you can't say, hey, little Jimmy watching this, tell your parents to buy this. You know, that's considered inappropriate. That seems pretty obvious. Jake Paul was violating that. There's like percentage of time that you're able to show advertisements during a piece of content, I believe, and Jake Paul was violating that. There's like, if you watch the Power Rangers, you're not going to see in an episode of the Power Rangers, you're not going to see them actually showing the action figures, like the Power Ranger dolls, and being like, go buy these. Like that has to be done in an advertisement that is separate from the actual content. Every YouTuber violates that. But now the thing is that there's going to be a button that you click that is you certifying that your channel is kids friendly, or that your video specifically is like a video for kids. And that apparently is maybe going to be like you acknowledging that your video shouldn't have certain types of ads. I don't know exactly. I don't make kid content, so that's nice.
The fucking trajectory of where YouTube is going. Me and Yuri are talking about this. What do you think No Jumper's demographic is now? Because I remember predominantly it was like 16 to 18 or whatever, 16 to 25 maybe. But
I mean,
like,
it's
do you think
definitely
it's gotten a little bit older now?
it's like demographically, I think it's like 16 to like mid 20s type shit is like probably where most of it falls, which isn't really surprising me because that's like rap fan bases. But I think about that sometimes of just in terms of getting an older fan base, like as the YouTube channel gets older, will it be more likely that people are to like you find out about No Jumper at one point in your life and then you kind of grow and you still consume that content to a certain point?
Interesting to see where it goes.
Yeah, because when you look at like Joe Budden, it's like, okay, yeah, Joe Budden's podcast has only been around for whatever, like 4 years, but Joe Budden as a celebrity has been around for a fucking long ass time, since 2002 or whatever. And that's like, you got to imagine that some decent percentage of people are going to continue to watch the podcast just because they feel invested in his life because they learned about him when he was a much younger man.
Yeah.
And that's kind of interesting.
So what constitutes being a kid? Like anyone under 18?
I don't know. I'm pretty sure it's not that. I'm pretty sure like
Okay.
kids content means like under 10 or 12 or something like
okay.
that. Because I talked to some Pokemon Go YouTubers and they
Yeah.
were not worried about it at all. They were like, no, like our content doesn't qualify because a lot of kids are watching Pokemon Go videos, but it's not exclusive to that. So I guess they're optimistic about this. But I mean, that's the thing that trips me out about Blippi is like, could you imagine making your entire life just talking like a baby to the camera?
Well, but according to you, he said that you said he was doing that even before he had Blippi the channel, right?
But just to like the kids
him.
that he knew
Yeah.
in his life or whatever. But then one thing that is crazy that's come out and there's been stories about it and stuff is that what was it that he got caught doing? Did he make a shit porn? No, he didn't make a shit porn, but he pooped on his friend as part of
What?
some sort of like prank gag video when he was younger. And I mean, that's the main thing. As soon as I saw Blippi, there was a tiny part of me that was like, I could do this. Like I could be I could talk to kids on camera. But then I started thinking, what would people say if I made a channel aimed at
Yeah.
fucking 5-year-olds? But then I thought, that's cool. Blippi actually has like a super clean past. So he's able to do this. And then I found out that he pooped on his friend.
He pooped on his friend. That's not. Everyone poops. Not on
Yeah.
your friend, but. And
don't
also,
know.
if it was a long time ago.
Yeah, no, from my perspective, for sure. Like, if I found out that Lou pooped on his friend, I wouldn't think twice about it. But you got
wouldn't
to
fire
think,
him?
there's a lot of different ways of career paths. Like, if you were a congressman, could you imagine if you found out that AOC pooped on Ilhan Omar? I mean, it's shocking shit. Like, it's just not...
I feel like when you're in Congress or any type of government officials, you have to have like you have to lick your fucking
Yeah.
track record.
And if you're Blippi, I feel like it's kind of the same thing because your whole job is talking to kids, even though it's like he's only on camera in character. So it's
Yeah.
like realistically, if this guy had a murder, I mean, he's just an actor. It's like whatever. But it's a weird line that's being blurred because he's an actor, but he created this whole thing, you know?
Yeah, I guess if he pooped on his friend in Blippi character, then that'd be more wrong.
It was before Blippi came around. And you know what's funny too is that they've like, I've heard been like crazy overzealous with getting like any kind of content about this pulled from YouTube, like abusing the copyright abuse system to basically get this stuff removed because they're scared that there's going to be a video with 4 million views called like before he was famous, Blippi pooped on his friend, and it's going to show up in search results right next to the actual Blippi videos. And I just want to say this,
Ooh, that's
very
not
weird.
good.
There must be a lot of kids in Mexico because apparently the Spanish language version of the Blippi channel has more subscribers than the regular version, which is mind-blowing because almost no YouTube channels have Spanish language versions, but it's bigger.
That's kind of crazy.
Insane. And also,
It could be South America and Spain.
all Spanish-speaking countries, but still, that's
Yeah.
pretty crazy that there could be that many.
Maybe they just love Blippi.
I wonder how many other like Blippi copycats there are, because there has to be like some dad, like a lot of dads out there who are like, "I'm Chunky. Hey kid, it's me, Chunky. Want to go to the park?" You know, that's like, if there's one Blippi, there has to be tons of wannabe Blippis along the way. I'm Chunky. Look at me, I'm kind of chunky.
I don't know. I'm just waiting for the next Baby Shark because I love that song.
Oh, that's a great song. Baby Shark. Dun, 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 dun. Yeah,
Baby
that's a good one. It's weird when you like start to have like children in your life because then you start to learn about things like that. That
Yeah.
like I went my whole life after my own childhood not understanding one single thing. Like you talk about Blue's Clues, I don't really know about that.
Great show.
I mean, I've heard, but I don't like. I never watched SpongeBob.
Oh, SpongeBob was a great show
That
too.
was after my childhood.
Yeah, it's kind of crazy. I don't really have a chance to be around any kids in my life. Period.
Probably
I don't
for the
have.
best.
Hey, I'm a good
Okay.
role model
Role
for
model.
children.
Sure. Okay.
But yeah. So I don't know what I would do if I was like around kids all day. I'd probably do the same thing, show them Blippi.
Yeah, Blippy.
Yeah.
But I mean, yeah, Blippy. He pooped on his friend, so I don't know about that guy. It's nothing to me though. Like I would poop on someone for sure, like as part of a joke or a prank or whatever. But then if I wanted to go and be a fucking, hey, I'm chunky, it's not gonna work. People are gonna want to talk about the poop. But it's funny because there's no kid on earth. Like, can you imagine trying to explain to a 5-year-old, like, you can't watch Blippy anymore. Blippy is canceled because he pooped on his friend. Ah, he pooped on his friend. I can just imagine a 5-year-old thinking Blippy was so much tighter. Like, holy shit. So you're saying that he's funny and he's on YouTube and he understands how funny poop is?
We always have to talk about poop
But okay,
on this show.
this is a good idea.
Okay, I'm ready.
A Blippy style channel, but you make it about what kids actually think is funny. Because my nephews, you know what they farts.
Poop, fart.
Farts. If you were like if you're just making all poop and pee jokes, you're like the equivalent of like a shock jock like children's channel. That's a good idea. Okay, let's do a new topic.
Let's talk about something that people might want to talk about or hear about.
This is honestly though is kind of a window into like what is oftentimes going on in my brain. Not this specifically, but I'm always just thinking of some business idea that makes no sense, and like kind of start trying to like tweak it in my brain so it sort of makes sense.
Yeah.
Yeah. Chunky.
That's your new venture. I think the No Jumper for Kids is dope.
Yeah, I think that's a good idea.
It's like that arts and rap show, but like you're interviewing an actual kid. So like YNB Slime should go on that show. YNWB Slime.
I feel like he would be like the elder statesman of because you're right, because you're not really gonna have that many like 5-year-olds who could really like rap competently on camera. Like it's probably gonna have to be like a show for little kids, but then you get 10-year-olds, 12-year-olds. You probably have a limitless number of people that would want to do it. But I mean, is that what kids want to see? Kids don't want to get introduced to new characters every episode like the way that we are interested in that. They want the
True.
same shit over and over, don't you think?
Yeah.
Like one of the Blippi videos that is really funny that I only watched this one because they went to the fucking Brooklyn Dom's shop down the street on Melrose. He went to Brooklyn Projects, spelled projects wrong in the intro. Blippi and his team, they spelled projects wrong in the intro, and then it's like they fake it. Like he meets up with Shaun White, and this is gonna go against the fucking new rules. They're in the beginning, they're like looking at the stuff that's on the shelf, and there's blatantly like Shaun White's like clothing line like advertised in the beginning of the Blippi video, and they're like, that's a cool shirt, what's that shirt, oh blah blah blah, you know, like I forget what the company's called, but then they do the fake out thing on the mini ramp where it looks like Blippi's about to start skating and then it's Shaun White skating and killing it. It's like even a little kid is gonna fucking probably be able to tell. But
So do you know so much about this because you watch your nephews watch it? Or I feel like you did a whole deep dive and watched all this shit.
I mean, I've watched a couple of the videos with him, and then I watched a few. Like, well, really, what did it was I read that article about the poop thing, and that kind of got me interested
There we go
in
again.
it. No, I mean
Back to the
that's what
poop.
made me really like, oh wow, this guy is an interesting guy. I met him in real life. I went to the mall and met him with the kids.
I think I remember you taking a picture.
Yeah, I don't. Yeah,
Maybe that's how I know about Blippi.
yeah, I went with the
name sounds
kids.
familiar.
That was actually one of the best things in my entire life. Is that I went to the mall to meet the family and the kids, and they're in a line. It's probably like gonna take at least like 2 hours to get through the line. And fucking Foot Locker employees saw me and were like, "I'm 22. Come on, cut the line."
Did you show the kids how cool you are?
I don't know if the kids understood, but I
Yeah.
really felt good about. I mean, that's hell. Standing in line with fucking
No, I
children
mean,
for
your
2
nephews.
hours. 2 hours? That's insane.
To me, Blippi.
To me, Blippi, that. But I mean, and I don't even think they're into Blippi like that anymore. They're into Pokemon and dinosaurs and shit.
We should bring Blippi out to Rolling Loud.
See, that's the problem is I don't think Blippi wants to do any cool cultural shit. He doesn't really want to go anywhere near that shit. And he's smart because if Blippi's in a clip with a blunt, it's over for Blippi. Blippi's in trouble. If Blippi takes an ecstasy pill on camera on his Snapchat,
it's over for him.
It's over for Blippi, man. But you know, okay, this is my final thing I'm gonna say about Blippi. I read that there was a big controversy because Blippi was gonna go to he was on tour.
Okay.
He
goes on tour too.
He goes on tour and he does meet and greets and he does like a live show for kids or
lit.
whatever. Yeah, I mean, it's so much fucking money. But this is the thing: is that he goes on tour. It's not him. It's a different guy dressed up wearing the costume and shit. Because I mean,
I was gonna ask about that. If it was a real him at the mall.
If you start this, yeah, it was definitely real him. But if you start this business and your fucking fans are 5 or 6 years old,
They're not gonna know.
They're not gonna probably know. I mean, some kids are gonna know. But I mean, that at the end of the day, if you start this business and you can just chill at home and send some guy on the road to pretend to be you, now you got a business on your hands because all of a sudden you're really fucking raking in cash without having to do anything. And you can record your video segments or whatever when you're at home. But the thing about that is that that's kind of the same thing that's going on with that Ryan Likes Toys or whatever that kid's name is that they're like slowly, because he's getting way older and this channel is probably going to, no, they're turning him into a cartoon. So they have a cartoon version of him now that's going to open the toys and stuff, which is really fucking smart because, I mean, kids go, like, if it made sense for you to be playing with toys at 5 on YouTube, by the time you're 10, it's going to be like, what the fuck? Like, this is so weird. Like, it's
to
probably
them, they're
better.
like, this is a fucking adult opening these toys.
Yeah, and he's making such an absurd, insane amount of money. Imagine that, though. One day you wake up and you're 13 and you just want to be like a skater boy or something. You're just like, God damn, my parents have been making these stupid-ass videos for 10 years.
Yeah. I guess I was asking if Blippi was a real person or if he wore a costume, because if he wore a costume, it'd be much easier for him to go on tour.
You know, it's like a big goofy hat and then sunglasses and like a full outfit and everything. But at the end of the day, you're still seeing this part of his face. So it's like, you know, a perceptive kid could definitely. It's not like anybody expects Santa Claus to always look the same. But if you're a fucking kid sitting at home watching, you know, and that's the thing about the idea of making kids content. It just seems so stupidly easy.
Yeah.
Because it's like, what do? You wear a fucking costume and you talk all goofy into the camera.
But just like how you were saying that there's probably so many fucking Blippies, it probably is so flooded with people thinking how easy it is, and then you get into it and you're like, oh wow. Just like when you're a SoundCloud rapper.
How do you advertise a product when the potential fans are the least educated people on earth? Like, there's no way that you could just start like a cool new kids show on YouTube and how are you going to get people to find out about it besides buying advertising on YouTube?
Buying it. I was thinking, yeah, you just have to put money into advertising.
That's the only way, because you know, if you're like the kid version of Ty Lopez and all these kids get used to seeing you barking at them in the intro to like millions of videos, then at some point the kids are going to be like, I want to watch him. I want to watch Chunky.
One day you're gonna do Chunky, and I know it.
But what about it? The thing about it though is that I could just hire a fat man to be my Chunky. And I'm like putting him to work, building this funny character. But the problem is that if he starts to get success and shit, it's like, what am I either got to lock him into the craziest contract so that he's my Chunky forever, or I mean, what? You're just gonna replace him with another fat guy down the way? But I think that the thing about it though, you can't really show his face. He has to have some stupid mask or
100%.
something, because you
and
need
you can
to have
change
it.
him.
Any 300-ish pound guy could be Chunky, and you really just have to match the skin tone.
You can one day be Chunky.
No, I'm gonna be skinny. Do you notice that I'm losing weight?
I don't know. I don't really like to look at you for too long.
You don't look at me like that? Okay, that's cool. Yeah, I'm down like 20 plus pounds, so I'm feeling pretty good right now. This is the hard part, though.
Oh, I was gonna. Is it okay to ask you how much you weigh?
About 220. I started this journey at like 240-ish.
What's a normal weight class for someone who's your size?
Weight class?
I don't know. Whatever weight.
I'm not gonna fight anyone, so there's no weight class.
You are gonna. I thought you were gonna box.
I thought about it, but man, after watching Logan, man, that seems like an even worse idea. And because I was talking to Fusi, he's not fighting again anytime soon. Want to know why? Because he has to get 2 different nose surgeries to fix his fucking honker, which was already kind of big in the first place.
Maybe he'll make it smaller.
I
It's
mean,
an excuse to get a nose job.
Yeah, I feel like he might have had a nose job before he.
How's he doing now?
Definitely humbled, getting the shit beat out of him. I was hanging out with the guy who beat the dog shit out of him too, and I was just supposed to interview him too. Slim. I mean, Slim's going to be on the podcast, but yeah, Fousey, he seems like he's very much back to earth, back to normal a little bit, to whatever extent normal is for him. He's sort of settling into more of a adult.
I was watching
career, I guess.
the last video I watched from him was him announcing he was Rose, and then after that I was like, I can't watch this guy anymore. That got too much.
That's one of my favorite details about the whole Fousey plot line. It's just that he was Rose for
Where
a period
did
of time.
Rose come from?
Because he stopped taking his lithium and whatever those medications he was on, and he started taking Adderall, and he's just this ridiculous ball of energy just bouncing around LA nonstop. And he had that girlfriend, and he decided his name was Rose, and he just every day it was just something new and stupid. And then but this is the thing, is that Logan Paul and Fousey both tried to basically make their careers reborn through a boxing match, which is this weirdly 2019 thing where you can just sort of create. KSI is experiencing now an insane rush of positivity towards his career because of the fact that he just won that boxing match.
Yeah.
Logan Paul, it's going to be interesting to see where he goes from here. I mean, he still definitely has fans and stuff, but he really talked down on his prior lifestyle on his vlogs and everything. He was like, what am I going to do after this? I'm going to go back to making goofy ass vlogs, some shit like that. It's now the boxing thing, I don't think he's going to do it again. And I definitely don't think it's smart because, I mean, he fought one of the other biggest YouTubers, and he doesn't really have a reason to fight again. If you were to even fight a low level boxer,
yeah,
somebody that would be matched well against him, who the fuck
What's the
cares?
point?
Nobody wants to see that. They want to see you fight other celebrities.
I thought it was gonna be a fucking tie, just so that they could
close.
that they could do round 3 and get another fucking whatever
The
$1 million.
first thing the announcer said was that
It can't be a tie.
no, he said it's that felt like a draw, and it's when I watched it in real life, I thought for sure that KSI won. So I wasn't surprised when he won. But then when I rewatched it, it felt a lot more even.
Yeah.
But the thing is that Logan definitely deserved to have those 2 points taken away for hitting him when he was on the ground.
What exactly happened? He held his neck and
Yeah, Logan
something weird.
landed one good shot and then was just straight up getting into street fight mentality. He kind of grabbed his head, hit him again, and then as he was sort of falling down, he hit him again, which is just super super mega illegal. And his camp was trying to make it that call was not so
Yeah.
that was fucked up or whatever. But when you actually look at the rules and shit, I feel like it was pretty deserved. So, but I mean, the weird part is you take away that one exchange, Logan might have won.
Yeah.
And then that would be a very weird situation right now because I feel like most people felt like KSI won from watching it.
I was rooting for him, and I'm glad that he won.
For KSI?
Yes.
Or you're just not a Paul fan?
I just like KSI more.
Yeah, I could understand. KSI, maybe the more humble of the two.
Were you supposed to link up with him or interview him or some shit in
In
London?
the UK, yeah. He was trying to make it work. I'm really trying to make that happen. I'll go back to London just to do a KSI interview right now. I don't know if that's an option. If that's on the table, I should have probably reached out. But hey, what can you do? Anyway, Emily Willis pissed on the ground during the boxing match, after when they were announcing the winner or whatever. I see her sort of popping up from a squat. It's in the vlog and everything. And she's just I just pissed on the ground. And then I look down at my delightful Tetris shoes that I'm wearing right now, and I'm standing in piss, and I'm just what the fuck?
What, just in the Staples Center?
Yeah, she popped a fucking squat and just pissed on the ground. She pulled her unitard to the side or whatever. And then security guards come over and they fucking grab her and are let's go. Because I don't know if they saw. I don't think they saw because this was afterwards or something. It was somebody, I think, reported it in from watching the cameras. And then they try to walk her out, and she goes, I just spilled drinks. And they fucking gave up and let her come back. And then we ended up trying to go to the club together, and it was everybody wasn't there yet. And me being an old man at 10:30, my body starts to be no, let's go to bed. And then we went back to the house, and she ate my butt. And then me and Lynette, hung out with her for a while and stuff.
I thought the story was gonna get juicier. I thought she was gonna go to the club, go to Poppy's,
No,
and pop
well,
a fucking squat.
Well,
and
that was the
poop.
thing is I think that she did go to the club after tonguing down my butt, and I'm actually really wondering if anyone out there knows anyone that she might have made out with that night. I got bad news for you. I took a chili dog shit that day.
Ew.
Yeah, but that was good. I was able to like go to the event, make a vlog, have the 3-way, edit the vlog, and still be in bed by 2, which to me is a big W.
Yeah, you got a lot done.
You know,
Yeah.
views and the threesome. There it is. What do you want to talk about now that we've covered?
Not your threesomes and ass and chili dogs and stuff like that.
Well, that's actually one thing though, is that they were like Lena posted, like for me, I would post a clip of her like almost being on the ground or whatever and wouldn't think twice about it. Lena posted it and people are on her ass so hard because it's a good point. They're like, there's kids in there. Good point. That's disgusting.
On whose ass?
Good point.
Lena for posting it or the girl for peeing? Or both?
Both of them. Like people started like being really mad at Lena because they're like, that's disgusting. You're like, that is kind of gross.
It's kind of weird. I don't know who that other person is, but she's not. Does she have like? Never mind.
Emily Willis, she's just a pretty big porn star. But I mean, that's how far we've come as a society, is that everybody's such a snitch that even just taking a piss in public, not the kind of crime that anybody would normally snitch on somebody for. That's the kind of thing that people get caught up for.
This guy in his MAGA hat.
An hour late. We're rocking a MAGA hat.
Rocking a shiny MAGA hat.
Taking a piss. People are just snitching on the timeline.
I need your help. He's talking about chili dog shits and girls eating his ass.
Well, that happened. Housephone's been getting his ass eaten.
Yeah, but he's a little bit more tame now.
No, he's not.
You live on the wild side of
Still
life.
getting his booty munched.
Ew, munched.
I don't even want to ask you anything about butt eating. I don't want to know how
Please
you feel
don't.
about that. Yeah. That's cool though. Housephone's gonna get here right as we
Let's
talked.
go into the topics.
Yeah, we talked about a lot of stuff while you were here, while you were gone.
We were talking about some weird kid shit.
Yeah, we devised like a sort of a
First of
TV
all-
show that we're gonna start. Oh, you could be my chunky.
Wait. What the fuck are y'all talking
Listen,
about?
I'm gonna start like a Sesame Street type
First of
show.
all, new merch on the way.
Shut
Okay.
up. I was gonna say that merch dropped fucking 3 years ago.
Not this hoodie though. Not a hoodie.
You haven't dropped it yet?
Not a hoodie,
I just
no.
remember me fucking at the house trying to peel that
I
little
know.
shit, trying to
yeah,
make
she
it not.
she did help me do this.
I don't know
I
if
need to
I'm
get
comfortable
5% of
wearing a
that.
shirt that says property of Little House Phone.
Because you know why?
You
Remember?
should have one on your ass.
Do you remember Mike Jones' old merch? It said like property of Mike Jones with his number on it.
Okay.
That's what this. That's.
I'm
why.
just saying, like, as a person who knows you, that property of
That's what-
sounds kind of sus.
That's what the homie said too. The homie is like, I don't know if I could wear that because it says property of.
Alert, emergency. I just realized that I forgot to talk to Dave East about this today because I interviewed Dave East today. He just posed for a magazine called Pause.
Pause magazine.
He's from Harlem. He's from uptown New York where Pause came from. And I didn't even get a chance to be like, yo, like, I seen you
And pause magazine.
I seen you rocking that Pause. He was.
Was
you
he
can look it up.
Was he naked or something?
No, I don't think he's naked, but I can find the fucking photo real
Was
quick.
he shirtless in Pause
I'm trying
magazine?
to think if I've heard of that magazine before. I feel like it's like British.
Honestly,
or
I'm
something.
trying to get on Pause magazine.
You have been on Pause your entire fucking life, my friend.
Okay, wait. What do you guys? You say you were talking about some weird kid shit,
Oh,
which
yeah.
I don't know if I want to hear about.
He wants you to be the main character of his new show called Chunky, where someone has to be chunky and talk
It's basically like
and talk to kids.
A kid's character. We're gonna start a show, and you could be
I don't
the
think
first
you and
character.
kids should not be
Yes, I know.
aligned.
We thought about that.
We
That's why
talked
you're
about
gonna
it
be
for
the face of
literally
it.
an hour.
That's why you're gonna be the
I
face
don't
of
think
it.
if he- I
You
don't-
have a spotless record in life in general. No, because okay, there's a dude named Blippy, and he has a kid show on YouTube.
Okay.
But back in the day, he took a shit on his homie. And so now it's like a big thing, like, oh, he's such a big children's star, but meanwhile he took a diarrhea on his homie.
I feel like the best
What?
candidate for Chunky in here might be one of these two, but they're not. They just have to gain weight.
Who are you?
They're all
I'm
camera.
thinking Lou and Yuri.
Yeah, they have clean records. Look at them.
They're
too.
not chunky in the slightest.
That's what I'm saying. They have to get chunky. Besides that, they have the best record.
So you're gonna make them get overweight?
Yes.
You're gonna threaten their health? You know,
I think that Yuri would be down to get chunky to become a star.
I think you're right because
Come on.
Yuri
Yuri's
literally
down to do whatever
he
it takes.
risked getting his entire channel striked off of YouTube
By
to
making out with that
stream
girl.
the Logan Paul fight, and he's like, it's all worth it. I got 200 subs.
Wait, were you there?
No, he just streamed
He
it like
bought the
he
live stream
paid
thing.
for it and then streamed
you're
it. But he
crazy.
reversed it, thinking that would outsmart the censors. Take that, Dana White.
Hey, he didn't get deleted.
Did you see that one dude that was like 11,000 people illegally streamed this by watching
his
a reflection?
sunglasses?
Watching reflection through some dude's
I
sunglasses.
mean, I'm pretty
I
sure
didn't
there were
watch that.
plenty of places where you could watch it without having to watch it through a guy's sunglasses, but I still respect it.
I just watched everybody's vlog the day after. And
You
it
watched
felt-
mine?
Yeah, it felt like. I also watched that one buff dude punch
was lit.
Vitaly in the face. Were you there when that happened?
I wasn't there for that exact thing, but we called Bradley Martyn and got him to talk about it. And Vitaly's going to come on the podcast this week.
Oh my god,
But-
Why did he get punched?
He
it was weird.
Bro, I don't want to say he was on coke, but he was wild enough.
He was on something,
out,
dude.
and he was like, because I was by the bar and I filmed him
was
going
like, "I need
to
a
the
drink,
bar,
buddy. I need a drink."
and ordering the drinks and being like, "Give me a double tequila, no, a triple. I'll give you 100. Just take care of me
Oh
all
my
night."
God. He's like
he's
talking
talking
to
to
this-
the guy so crazy.
He's talking to this random girl at the bar. He's like, "Give me $100. Give me $100."
Give me 100. That was this girl Maddie that we know who was hired to like be his girl or whatever, and he
Like his assistant, or like
whole
his hired to be his
the
girlfriend?
reason why he was all hyped up is because he was trying to get on stage so that he could challenge Logan in the ring, and I don't think he could get on stage, and he's just geeked the fuck out. And Bradley
What
Martyn
the
starts like
fuck?
yelling at him, so then he grabs him by the throat, and then Bradley Martyn
He
is
like flicked him by the
yeah,
throat.
Bradley Martyn is 260 pounds, massive bodybuilder, so he just obviously
Pause.
just fucking punches him a couple times, and boom, he's
Pause magazine.
Pause magazine now out featuring Dave East. Yeah.
So he punched him, and then like the security was like in the way, and then he was like, "No, this is my boy." He, like,
Somebody
gave him
broke
a
it up,
hug.
but yeah, he tried to be like, "Oh, this is my boy," and like people are like, "Oh, if you think that Bradley was really mad at me, then you don't get it." Vitaly, what the fuck are you talking
Yeah, like,
about?
he
He
just
told
punched
us
you
that
in
it
the
was
face.
real, and he punched you a couple times. Come the fuck on. What'd you do this weekend? You were in Seattle sucking dick.
No,
was
he's
not
not,
in
he's not
Seattle.
there yet.
No, I was not in Seattle.
That's coming
Yeah,
up.
what were you doing? Where were you sucking dick?
Oh, I was not
Also,
giving.
someone said Vitaly was on a concoction of steroids and meth. Can you approve or deny that?
When you look at Vitaly,
Confirm or deny, I mean.
if you know a little bit about what people look like when they're on steroids, and you look at Vitaly,
His
I
hairline is fucked too.
really got to assume that he's on steroids. So, I mean, there's just a certain look of just hardness to the muscle that just.
I feel like it has.
It's not here. You can
it's
tell I'm
something-
on steroids.
You
It's
know
actually
when
pretty
it's
clear.
very veiny, like it's like.
Yeah,
ugh.
the muscles, because there's like a
You could be covering up by the
65-year-old dude.
tattoos. though.
Yeah, the
There's a
tattoos
guy
are covering the veins.
who's like 65, 70 years old who goes to my gym and he's on hella testosterone.
And this is the one that was trying to fuck you, right?
No, he didn't try to fuck
Is
me.
it
That's a
true that
different
your
guy.
dick gets smaller?
It's more of a ball thing from my experience. But basically,
Oh,
like,
from personal
From your
experience?
experience.
I
Did you shoot it
You
up?
tapped in?
I shot it in my ass for a couple months.
Really?
Really?
I was like
Recently?
22,
What, in a basement?
23.
I
No,
thought you
in
meant
my
recently.
room.
By yourself?
Yeah.
That sounds like a terrible idea.
Honestly,
Did you reuse the
listen,
needle?
You do tons of drugs that are bad for you. Steroids is one drug that is good for you, presuming that you do it within like the right parameters. That you don't
I don't
do
think
too
you were
much or
doing it in the
whatever.
right parameters. Listening to hardcore music, shooting it up in your asshole in your fucking room.
What a lifestyle, huh? Like in my shitty little one bedroom apartment in Queens, playing poker all day.
was gonna say,
I
this
probably
is the
didn't even
time-
sit out of my hands. I'm probably still like fold, raise, fold.
This is the time when he was peeing into a bottle.
I was
and
peeing in plastic
leaving-
bottles. But I can honestly say that
How big was the bottle?
it was a gallon. No. It was like,
Have you ever had to be on a
Dehydrated.
road trip and like pee in a bottle like that?
Oh,
yeah,
God.
it's not worth it because it feels so shitty to piss when you don't have your legs fully extended
hold
or
on,
you're
hold on, hold
sitting
on.
down.
It sucks because that happened to me and my brother was peeing in a fucking bottle when we were like kids and then he like just shot it everywhere.
Can I just say that
Where
I did
were you?
steroids for like
were,
a
like,
very
on the Grand
brief,
Canyon.
very brief period of time. I was like 22.
Okay,
I'm
nobody
35
cares.
now. I
Sure.
just want to
Who
throw
cares?
that out there.
Who cares? Listen, we were on tour, right? We were on tour. I was on tour with Father. We're going to the first show, and we're
Oh,
late.
God.
I'm notoriously known to be late everywhere, right? So
Wait, really?
we were late to
don't buy
go.
it.
We were late to go to the first show in Chicago, right? And my DJ, shout out DJ Deep Twerk, she had to pee, and we couldn't stop again after we stopped 90 times. So she pees in like a bag of like sour
Ew.
cream and onion chips.
What?
Pees in the bag of chips.
How?
I don't know. She went on the back of the Sprinter. I just heard him like. She passes me the bag.
Passes it to you.
Passes
for
me
you to
the
drink
bag.
it?
Passes me the bag, and they're all mushy and like.
You ate it.
No, I threw it out the window, but definitely a little moist chip was like on the side of the van.
Bro, I feel like a younger Housephone would definitely have eaten the piss chips.
Why?
Oh, no.
Dude, vinegar
not
chips
gross.
taste like that shit anyway. There's
Yeah,
no ways they taste worse.
Vinegar
than,
chips do taste
I
like
hate
pee.
sour cream and
I
onion chips
love
and shit.
both
I would
salt
rather
and
eat
vinegar and
piss
sour
chips
cream.
from your DJ, dude.
Bro,
Dude,
that was
is
honestly amazing.
But think about it. It's
And she's
hard.
like this cute ass light skinned girl, and I'm just like the fact of her like plopping her.
She doesn't care that
vagina.
you're telling this on.
Probably not. I don't know.
You think
I'm
that she's
telling her
woke
already.
enough to think that this is kind of like getting back at you for just like being out here having a dick and just being a toxic piece of shit? And she's like, here, eat these piss chips.
No, she gave them to me to throw away because she knew that I had the precision of a fucking knight.
Yeah, I know that
night.
if I were the one throwing it, I'd probably throw it
Yeah.
and then it come back into the car.
Luckily, I didn't do that, but I do remember one singular chip like seeped out the top and it was on the window.
The story could have been so much better if it
I know.
fell in back into the
I coulda
car.
lied and
Also,
made a-
they want me to be chunky. What do
Or
you
if
guys think?
all the members of Awful Records just somehow get piss chips all over them in the story, Slug Christ is just drowning in
Just
shit,
drowning in-
shit,
in sour
piss
cream and
chips.
piss.
No, because I was. Well, I do want to say, like, think about how hard it is to piss in a bottle, like in a car. Like,
yeah.
like, even with a wide mouth Gatorade or whatever, it's kind of hard to get it in there and piss. Think about being a girl; they have so much less aim.
Well, that's what I'm saying. I think that's why the bag of chips was better because it was like you could
Yeah,
just
you
open
can't,
them
you
up.
can't
Massive,
do
yeah.
it
Yeah,
with
you
this
know?
little tiny
But
one.
like-
but also
you got the
okay,
whole area.
You're holding a bag of chips full of piss, and you go over a little bump, and it's just you're kind of like safeguarded against that with the Gatorade bottle. There's not that much that's gonna blast
at
out
least
all
you
over
could
you.
have a little
Nah, it
cap.
was like, okay, like the chips were maybe about 70-80% eaten. So there was like, just like a small bottom layer of chips and it was just all pee on top. And then it
Still
probably
wish you
seeped.
ate one.
What
Probably
about
seeped to the bottom.
pissing in like you never see like the giant bags of chips? That would be so easy.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying.
You have the whole gang piss in it before you even have to throw it out the window.
Literally, that's what I thought when she passed it to you. I was like, oh, it's his turn now.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah, that's what I thought you were gonna do too. Or I thought you were so jackass, CKY, like badass.
I'm not that
Logan
crazy,
Paul
bro.
type dude that you were like, I'm just gonna eat these piss chips.
I'm not. Why do you think I'm that crazy?
But I mean that you know dudes that would have done that like in your life.
I don't know if I know anybody
crazy
that would have done
that
that.
jackass shit, bro. That Tom Green shit.
Maybe you.
We're gonna eat these piss chips.
Unrelated,
For the clout, yeah.
but on the topic of piss, can
There's
I,
always room for that guy in a YouTube video or whatever. Like if you
Yeah.
find a guy who's down
Steve
to
will
like
do
Wait,
it.
I was about to say, where's we need? We,
Housephone will
what's
do
his
it.
name? Chad Tepper.
Who's
He's
our-
fucking putting out cigarettes on his leg. He's like burning
oh,
himself. and
what's
shit.
that dude that you brought over here?
Jake
Jake-
Hillhouse. Shout out
Jake
to Jake
Hillhouse.
Hillhouse.
He tortures himself.
Yes, he's sick.
He came on our live stream and he brought a shock dog collar.
and we shocked him like every time
Shocked
he
him.
didn't like a song.
We played a
Hmm.
game where we like the velocity goes up to like 95, at 0 to 95. So we just play this game where we go up, 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 down, 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 and we make him tell stop, and then we stop it, and then we shock him, so he doesn't know what number it's on.
That's pretty cool.
Yeah,
Cool game.
It was sick.
What about this? What about like we do some jackass shit? We put Cam Girl in a
No.
shopping cart and we push the shopping cart off a
Down a
loading
hill?
dock,
No.
like 6 feet tall. You fall, you break your neck, but we're all like, yes, jackass.
Why me?
Just so you
She's
can be
so
part of the
fragile
gang.
and,
We feel like
like-
sometimes
don't-
you're not part of the gang. you
I
know?
don't want to be part of that gang.
No.
I like this
Fuck that.
hoodie you're wearing a lot. It's really fun.
Thanks.
Big-
You've asked
big
me
babe.
you've asked me if it's real many times, and
You know
yes,
what
it
is real? Housephone merch dropping.
You know-
Wait, but wait, before we move off the topic of piss.
I don't really want
Oh
to do that.
God!
No,
Can we
I-
please?
I just want to ask one last question related to
Okay.
piss. Why did you have to? Why couldn't you leave your online poker computer? Like, why can't you just?
Because what if
pee?
you miss like a turn?
Yeah,
or
picture
something?
this. You're logged into like 8 different games.
Oh,
and if you
okay.
walk away, and like if you make your play on all the hands and then you walk away, chances are that it's going to get to you and your timer's going to run out and you're going to get sat out of that hand and you're going to have to rejoin. So you basically like, you've lost money because you didn't get to play that hand. You might have pocket aces. You didn't get to play 'em.
Why do you have to play like 8 different games at once? Or that's obviously just the most way to make
Lucrative.
income.
Yeah. And at that time,
You couldn't
in
even take a break.
retrospect,
That's kind of crazy.
I could have probably played 4 tables
and
and
taking a break.
played better because now I feel like really good players for the most part they don't play 8 tables that often because it is kind of ridiculous. But at the time I was just I don't know, it's like a weird
an addictive
it's like
personality.
an ego thing too at that time where it's like everybody just wanted to be like
How
more
many
hardcore.
games can I play at once?
And also, when I talk to dudes about playing online poker now, and I mention, I'm like, you guys got piss and jugs, you got to keep a jug under your, and they're like,
They're like,
honestly,
"Dude,
I
what?"
just got a laptop. I'm like, oh yeah, that's a pretty good idea.
Yeah, you can walk around with the laptop everywhere.
I'm gonna go play on stream soon. I was playing in Vegas. I'm trying to get back into it, man. I think I'm gonna go play at the Bicycle Casino this week, off
Where's
camera. It's I forget what the neighborhood is, but it's like 20-minute drive from here.
You
Probably.
think?
Do they have blackjack tables?
Yeah,
I'm addicted.
do it.
Dude, I've never seen Kim so enthusiastic about
Give me
anything.
$100, I'll flip it right now.
She said that, but I don't know if I trust her.
Give me $100, I'll flip it.
I'll literally flip it.
You give
That's
me
my
anything.
type.
That's
That's my
my
type.
Nigger, that's my type.
Whoa.
Sorry, I can't say that.
You can't?
I don't know.
We
That's what
can't
you got
say
banned
that.
from Twitter for.
That's facts.
For a hard R.
I love dropping a hard R. All right, we got topics. You guys ready? I
got a
got
topic.
I got some
We
topics.
haven't run through any of the
Boosie's
topics.
reaction to his op dying. I'm gonna be honest, I didn't actually watch it. Can we pull it up on the screen and watch it?
That was one of the ones I was like, we should fire Yuri about. Anytime
I wanted to go straight into the Drake
I was
thing.
going to jump right into
I
Drake.
feel like that's the most
What
pertinent.
about Drake? What are we talking about with
Drake
Drake?
Camp Flog Gnaw?
Oh yeah, you
didn't see that?
Did you see that I got the viral comment off?
No.
No.
Sorry.
Oh, I'm so glad that we're gonna immortalize this.
Oh God.
I had been thinking about making this joke all day on Twitter, but then I finally dropped it in Drake's comments, and
Yep.
he commented back a laughing emoji.
Shut up. What did you say?
What did you say?
I said, they weren't booing, they were saying boo earns. You don't get it, right? Not surprised. It's a Simpsons joke. There was an episode where Mr. Burns is getting booed for some reason, and he has this lackey named Waylon Smithers, who's like his secretary or whatever,
Okay.
and they're booing, and Waylon says, "Oh, sir, they're not saying boo, they're saying boo earns." And Mr. Burns turns to them and says, "Are you saying boo or boo earns?" And they'll say boo, and then there's this one old guy, and he goes, "I was saying boo earns."
What does Boo Earns mean again?
It's
Like
just
a person name.
it's just a weird joke because it's not like it was
How did
just him
Drake know what that meant?
I know, it's like
You-
20 years old.
You researched. You were like, does Drake watch Simpsons?
Do-
You had
yeah.
to make sure that he watched it.
Is Drake familiar with the first 8 seasons of The Simpsons?
There's probably an article on that.
Yeah, like how did you really get that off? Like I really don't understand.
Because for me, I have such a limited sense of humor that
Well, how did you know Drake was gonna know what that?
I figured that I would just drop it anyway because if he understood, then it would be worth it. And I got the laughing emoji back. Boom. That's how you become bros with somebody. Is you
It's by
make-
dropping an outdated.
Yeah, you make a weird
Completely
joke,
out of
and
context
if they
joke.
get it, because if,
No,
I-
wait,
if
no,
he didn't
but-
get it,
But also,
What if he had no idea what you were talking about and he just put?
Googled it.
Or
he would have wondered why the comment got 20,000 likes, and he would
they
have
got
been like,
20,000
bing, bing,
likes.
bing, bing,
that
bing,
many
more
people
than
know
that.
what the fuck Boo Earns is?
Listen, The Simpsons is one of the greatest shows of all time. Classic American
I
cinema.
don't know about that.
Yeah, I don't.
Family
like
Guy
Simpsons.
way over Simpsons, easily, no
SpongeBob.
questions asked.
Go
South
that way.
South Park over
That
The
way.
Simpsons,
Oh, my
easily.
South Park is better than Simpsons. I agree. And
That
I
way.
hate South Park.
That way.
Which
Get
way?
out.
Simpsons is just old and boring.
Simpsons is weird.
Wait, but The Simpsons did predict 9/11, and The Simpsons predicted Trump being president.
Simpsons is trash now. It's been trash for over a decade.
I like Lisa
But-
though.
First 10 seasons, man.
You're like Lisa.
Gas.
You are Lisa.
Gas.
You're
don't know if
Lisa,
that's a
I'm
compliment
Bart,
or not.
and you're Homer.
First season or 2 sucked.
He does eat a lot of
Everything
donuts.
after that, there's like 8 brilliant seasons.
Bart is probably like annoying, right?
I'm Bart.
That makes sense.
He's
We're-
got a skateboard.
We're sure we're not echoing, right?
Anyway,
Oh God, did you see like the first fucking like 8 minutes of our last podcast?
I
It
know.
was
Sure
just
we're not
awful.
And
echoing?
Yuri's just
Okay,
out
good.
here just having a good time.
He's just, like,
jerking
living
his
life.
little pud under the table.
I wonder
Doesn't
who
give a
jerking
fuck.
his pud.
Yeah, he's
He
pudding
has-
out.
Jerking
He's
his-
rubbing his pud.
I
gives
wonder
0
whose Twitter we're signed into, but one of their trends for you is sexiest man alive. I really hope that's Yuri's Twitter.
That's definitely Yuri. Let's watch
Boosie, let's do it.
let's watch him gloat about his ops.
You know, then I said, he was supposed to be dead, but I let him slide 'cause he ain't worth it. That nigga died in his sleep, Quavo. Boy
Quavo.
died in his sleep the other day, man. That boy out of here, man. That boy out of here, man. That boy died in his sleep. God good, boy. Man, dog, God good. Fresh out
God's
of
good.
jail, fresh out 10 years. And you died in your sleep. Lord,
Look at this guy laughing so hard.
Smoking a blunt.
God ain't let you slide. This nigga was
God.
my homie. God ain't let you slide. This nigga died in this sleep. Nigga ain't gotta touch you. Boy, died in this fucking sleep. God is good.
All right.
God is good. I'm gonna be honest. I respect the energy. I just like it because
Pause it.
this is how he was talking. This is how Boosie was talking when the fool was
Right.
alive, and this is how he's talking when he dead.
You kind of got to keep the same energy.
I like it. I don't give a fuck. Because to me, it's like people are so fake with that shit. Like I hate seeing like people were really. We talked about this last time, but people were on Blueface's ass because he just like didn't say anything when Nip died. It's like they're from hoods that didn't get along or whatever. It's like it would be so fake. Like once it was really put. I thought it was kind of crazy that Blueface didn't tweet about or didn't put it on a story or nothing when Nip died. But then once Wack explained it and the thing with the neighborhoods and shit, I'm like, good, because I don't want to hear a bullshit ass R.I.P. Nip. That's why even like there's a lot of rappers who died that I just didn't say anything. When Badass passed, I don't have a relationship with his content.
Who's that?
Badass, he's like fucking Dre and all that and shit. But it's like
Dr.
exactly,
Dre?
yeah. It's like it's just shit that I don't know.
In the caption for the video, it's not up anymore. It said something about this guy tried to rob him in the past or something like that.
Yeah, he said.
So
he
if
said
it was
used to be
someone,
his homie.
oh, it used to be his homie. I mean, if it was someone that like tried to kill me and they died, I would not.
Listen, I can think of a whole bunch of people that I hope that they die. Like
wow.
not
You
even,
hope that they die.
honestly, not even a whole bunch, but definitely there's like a handful of people that if they were to drop dead tomorrow, I would not go on my live and talk about it like that. But deep down inside, I'm like, yes, you motherfucker, good. I don't like you. If I really think you're that bad of a person, what the fuck do I have to like? It's not that I want you to die, but if you died, I'm not gonna feel bad.
You're not gonna care.
I'm not gonna gloat like that because I don't think it's ever a good look. I think it's always gonna make you look like a psycho.
I'm at this point with life and like death and shit now where it's like no matter like I mean I guess it matters the context of like the relationship you have with the person, but I feel like not that much shit is like that bad to where you couldn't get over it because like nigga, once you're out of here, you're out of here. There's no coming back. And
Think
I'm
about what
just
he's
kinda
saying.
like,
He's implying that that he was his good close homie who set him up or
Yeah.
robbed him or whatever.
Yeah.
I've had that happen to me.
But like really bad, like your life on the line.
If
like
my
potentially-
life, if someone put my life on the line purposely, and then of course if they
I'm
fucking
thinking that
died,
like
I would
when
not care.
when Boosie gets set up to get robbed, it's probably got to involve
Yeah.
pistols in his face. It's probably got to involve some
Yeah.
shit because
Yeah.
Boosie's probably moving around smart enough that if you want to rob Boosie, you got to do some shit.
You gotta do some crazy
I'm
shit.
saying, like, we don't know what Boosie's life is like, but when you look at the things that Boosie has been accused of in the past,
Oh, yeah.
in terms of criminal shit, if you look at the shit that he's beaten in court before, and I mean, Boosie is super mega out here. Like, he's definitely lived a life that is way, like, any people that I don't like, when I just said that thing about, like, there's people that if they die, I don't give a fuck.
Yeah.
I guarantee that his reasons for feeling that way about people are way deeper than anything
Like
I've experienced.
100 times more, yeah.
I wonder what Lil Blurry thinks about this. Sorry guys.
Do you think Lil Blurry's out there salty?
About?
About what?
I don't know. Boosie not buying him Christmas presents the same way he's buying all his other kids.
Because Lil Blurry is not his child.
But he signed him.
Did
It's
he
basically
actually?
his child.
I mean, I know he
Sign-
did, but like, did he
when,
really?
When Boosie signs you and you're a 12-year-old white boy, it's kind of like he becomes your dad, right?
Like your second father.
Yeah, I'm near, yeah.
I feel like if I'm Lil Blurry and I'm 12 and I signed a Lil Boosie, which
I would
interesting decision
expect
in the
a
first place.
Christmas present.
Oh yeah.
Yeah, like a Boosie Records chain?
What,
I
is
think
it-
he got a chain.
It's not Boosie Records, is it? What's
Is
his,
it,
what's his
like,
label called? I
Badass?
forget. Badass
like
Records.
trillion
T. That's not- I don't know. What else we got to talk about here?
Let's talk about. I think. Did we already? No. Yeah, Drake.
We didn't even talk about it. We just talked about
But
you
your
fucking
comments.
Well,
about
that was the whole
fucking
story.
Simpsons.
That was the story.
That's the only reason why he wanted to fucking talk about it. So
That's
we can
the only reason why he wanted to
Let's
talk
talk
about it.
about the actual event and what occurred.
I mean, I would rather see Drake fart in a cup and smell it than watch Frank Ocean perform. I'm just a mega Drake
Wow.
fan, and I don't know a damn thing about.
Disrespectful.
No, I said
That was
I
crazy.
probably shouldn't say it like that, but I don't know a damn thing about Frank
say,
Ocean.
Yeah.
Frank Ocean
Say how
is
you
great.
feel, yeah.
I just don't. I've never listened to it. I've listened to it enough to be like,
That's
oh,
why
it's
I
some
said
R&B
you
shit.
hate singy, songy,
I don't.
R&B
You know-
love
I mean, usually I do
songs.
too, though.
You know who I saw perform at Day in Vegas? Black.
I love Black.
How was that?
Great music.
I don't get it.
It's probably just stands there and
It's
sings.
slow rapping. It's
Yeah.
like slow rapping, and
He has a great first album.
I noticed with him that he was saying some deep shit. I noticed like a few bars,
felt
and I'm
that?
like, ooh, that was hard. But I mean, I don't really get it.
It's taken like multiple women to show me his songs on occasions for me to
I like
even
Black
be like,
a lot.
oh wow, this is.
I would love to meet a woman who is really into them.
The
so
only
that they could
singer you
explain it
like
to me.
is NBA YoungBoy.
Yes, that's true. I feel like I'm Gucci Mane in 2006.
Do you have to do that face?
That album's hard, bro. I've been listening to that album a lot. It sounds like puberty music to me, man. It's like you're just like a 13-year-old boy getting pubes for the first time. That's what that shit sounds like to me. You just
Why?
want to fight somebody. You don't even know why. Because he just sounds angry.
I feel like it brings you back to the time when you were fucking shooting up steroids in your ass.
No, different time. But yeah. Yeah, there was a lot of that. No, yeah.
Honestly, I like all
Cannot
types.
believe you used to do that. You're so crazy.
Yeah, you
I
have-
When I
did.
think about
you
your,
live like 12
I
different
wish
lives.
I could be like an avatar and just like follow you around and watch your
Allow
whole,
me to
like, life
contextualize
existence.
this. I got fat as fuck from having like a broken leg and a broken hand and all this shit. I was fat as fuck, but I've been working out. My homie told me, he's like, yo, if you just order these shits from China, you can be on these, you can take this weight loss medication, you can lose a lot of weight really fast, and you can hold on to the muscle that you've gained from working out for the past year. I was like, let's do it. And honestly, it pretty much worked out like that.
And your dick got smaller.
No, I got so horny I was on it for like a couple months. I was horny as fuck.
What'd you do? Did you just jacking off 90 times a day?
But I also had a girlfriend at the time, and like when she would be visiting me, like because when she'd be in town, 'cause she lived in Chicago, I would just be fucking her way too much. Just
Wait, what? How you fuck your girlfriend way too much?
it was like she was getting annoyed. Like, you got to stop trying to fuck me. Like, this is just getting ridiculous. I was like
Damn.
way too
Did
horny.
she know you were on?
Yeah,
On the roids? Like, okay, what's way too much? Like what? Like 8 times a day?
less than that, but still, it was like I don't know. It was like, give me a hand job. Just let me get a hand job real quick.
You just woke up.
But then I got off of them. All of a sudden, you're like not horny for a while. You're like
I
way.
thought you were gonna say that changed
You're
my life
way
forever.
less horny. You know, you get way less horny when you get off it. I was only on it for like 2-3 months, and then it was like, you
3
know,
years?
It feels weird because you sort of start to. You're having all these
2-3
great
decades?
You're having all these great effects. You feel so strong and big and powerful and shit, and then it's just gone. It's like,
You
just
feel normal?
Sounds so depressing.
it is. It's a very weird drug because it's like more than any other drug that I've ever done. It just is like a personality enhancement. It makes you like motivated as fuck. You're like running around. You have so much energy
Like
and shit.
Adderall.
Yeah, it's different than that, but yeah. It's
Maybe
a
I
weird
should
one.
tap into the steroids. Huh?
Honestly,
Ooh, maybe that'll be your weight loss.
I
plan.
mean, you'd lose weight, you'd gain muscle, you'd look great. You'd probably end up fighting a crackhead, but you know
That'd be fire.
You know,
I thought you already have done that before.
You probably beat your bitch up, to be real.
Whoa,
Yeah,
not
you
okay.
gotta relax.
No, a lot of people get. I was angry. I'm lucky that I didn't like wow out on some violent shit.
Yeah, I had some friends that in college that used to take steroids. They like bought it from their fucking
From the plug.
from the plug. It was the lady that owned the gym that they all went to.
Oh, it's
Really?
always somebody who owns a gym doing
No,
this
he
shit.
said it was a lady.
If
It was a lady.
if they really wanted to stop like steroids and growth hormone being like readily available in the
They would
streets, the FBI would treat gym owners and people who work like personal trainers at gyms like fucking terrorists. They would monitor their every move, track their funds and everything. You would find out about so much of that shit.
So basically, you snitching on all the fucking.
All these trainers and shit in Hollywood that you see, and they're like 45 years old, and they're walking around looking like they're fucking made of fucking iron.
That's why.
Hell yeah, bro. None of these people are actually like to look like that naturally is tough. I don't believe it for a lot of people. There's a lot of people who are definitely fucking on steroids in this town.
All right, well, just let me know which ones to go buy. I'll go buy them right now. I'm trying
Would
to.
you shoot it up in your asshole?
Do I have to shoot it in
It's like
my
your
ass?
asshole.
Okay, sorry,
You
your
think that's what
ass.
they do?
You have to put it in your ass. Why? Can I just like
Probably
drink
has-
it in a smoothie or
Probably has
something?
the most like fat.
No, because back in the day in the 70s, they would eat steroids like pills. And that shit is really, really bad for your liver and it fucks you up. So if you inject it into your ass, that's actually the healthiest way. Because I will tell you that I've been told the ones that people tend to do now, or like there are like healthier options. Because think about this is the thing about steroids is like if you go to an aging, you ever see aging clinic?
Scared me.
That kind of scared me. If you ever
That
go to
scared
a,
the shit out of
you
me.
ever see an aging clinic? Like
Asian?
aging
No.
like it's just like a normal thing that you're like a 56-year-old rich guy, you go to these clinics, it's not getting steroids, but they literally just give you steroids. They give you growth hormone, they give you testosterone, and it's like you fucking look like you're 10 years younger after a couple months of this shit, and it's all legal.
That's crazy.
And it's fucking the same exact shit.
Is that
It's-
where you've
it's
been going?
No, I've
kidding.
never done
Just
this.
kidding.
Yeah, trust me, I'm so confident that my fan base would see it if I was on steroids because they notice everything, bro. If I have my shirt off doing condometry and I have like a big meal the night before,
Like, what
They're
did you
all calling
eat?
me fat. They're all like, they get it. If I'm hungry as fuck,
Do you think
wow,
you
you look so great. It's fucked up, man. I hate my fans.
Do you think you would ever be bullied into getting lipo like Kanye and Rob Kardashian?
He already did. Remember?
Oh yeah.
Adam's secret hashtag
Adam's
Adam's secret lipo.
The thing about lipo is that it's like mega painful, expensive. It takes a
You
lot of
got
time.
a lot of recovery time. I don't think you could last like sitting in the house for that long and like
It makes
recovering.
you ever look at people who have lipo? It makes the skin sit all weird on their fucking fat and shit.
It does.
You know
Yeah,
how
like
you,
Drake with his shirt off.
listen, if I was like
You got lipo?
400
It
pounds,
looks like it.
He
Really?
looks great.
You
Shut
never,
up.
you never seen those
Shut up.
pictures
He
of him with
looks
his shirt off, and
great.
everybody's like, "Oh, it looks like he has like
I mean,
lipo."
I'm pretty sure that the process is like smooth enough that it's not that big a deal. If you're like rich, you can just do it. For me, it's like I feel like I could lose a lot of weight like by myself, so I wouldn't really feel the need to do that. I don't know. It seems,
trying to get in the
seems
gym.
so
I might get a trainer.
crazy. You should.
Are you telling me that I need one? I'm just kidding.
I'd like to see you pack on a little muscle. It might help you out
No.
with bone decay.
I'm
Yeah.
trying to get ripped.
You're gonna have to work out for a while before we're gonna see it through that Bape hoodie.
Yeah.
Guess who my trainer is gonna be?
Yuri,
Uh-oh.
Yuri's gonna hate this.
who?
Yuri's girlfriend.
Who was Yuri's
Yuri
girl?
is
Just
a
kidding.
girlfriend?
Yuri's girl that he made out with at
Wait,
Cha Cha Lounge.
oh,
Black girl
really?
that he coerced at the bar to kiss him.
Yes.
And then
She's a trainer.
And then uncoerced her and said that she wasn't good enough for him.
Yep. Apparently she's not good enough. I hope she's not watching. But
I hope
she's
she's
my
not
new
wa-
trainer. So
I hope she's not watching the
You
theater.
met her through Yuri trying to kiss her on a stream.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I want a female trainer. I don't really know that many. I don't know like where you go on Yelp.
But how is she qualified? You trust her? I'm gonna
She's
be
a-
honest.
we look-
Anybody could be a personal
I
trainer.
mean, we looked at her Instagram. She looked fit, and she looks like she's a trainer.
Yeah.
and she's
Exactly.
gonna train
We're gonna
again.
try her. I'm not gonna say how much she costs, but
Being a
it's,
You're
personal
gonna pay her?
trainer.
She has
It
like
was-
400 followers. You better use that as like leverage to be like, oh,
Yeah, you're right. I don't know. I don't like doing that kind of shit. I'd rather.
Oh
yeah,
my
I'll
God.
tell you how much it costs, and you're probably gonna roll your eyes.
I see Desto Dub doing that, bro. He's like fucking getting like a clout trainer. He's got some girl training him. He's like, oh, I'm gonna shout you out on the gram and shit.
exactly. Why would you not do that?
That's such a modern fucking hustle.
Dude, you have to do that
shit.
for every fucking thing in life. I
I don't like finessing
I like
people.
that's not even a finesse. It's like you're adding literal value to their brand.
When
and
I
helping
got
them
a
build.
trainer, I thought about that. Like, should I just like put it on my story, like trying to get a trainer, and then? But you're gonna basically find somebody who's just like a loser who wants to get some clout so bad, and they want to hang out with
That's
you so
why
bad. They're
it's
gonna be
just
acting
better to
goofy.
pay someone sometimes.
Yeah.
You
Listen,
know.
just know the first couple pieces of jewelry I ever got, like that was real jewelry, that was not from Aaron Carter yet, was through some fucking random jeweler who just started making jewelry and was just like, oh, I got fucking 500 followers trying to get my jewelry brand out there. Let me make you some free pieces, blah, blah,
A
blah.
personal trainer is different. With a chain, they just make it and that's it. You get to wear it like every day. With a
You have to
personal
wear your
trainer-
body every day.
With a personal trainer, do I really want to go hang out with somebody that is so desperate for attention that they wanted to hang out with me?
Does that mean they're
just
desperate
to
for
get
attention?
shouted out on my Instagram story or something? I don't know. I would much rather have.
They have a
trainer-
service that they're offering you to help you.
I'd rather just pay.
Yeah,
That's how I feel. I don't like bartering that kind of shit unless
You
it's
guys
like,
just have no faith in humanity. You just think everybody's weird. Everybody's like
everybody
thirsty.
is weird.
I want somebody who's gonna act like
Everybody
an
is.
employee and just because it's like if they're doing it for free, then you can't be hard on them. You can't
Exactly.
be like, yo, like
you
we're-
can't hold them to certain standards.
That's not
exactly.
true.
If that's real. I
'Cause-
do think that now that I'm way more into the working out thing, that I could find somebody who just wanted to be like a workout partner and help me make videos or some shit like that.
I need somebody
that
to
would
like,
work.
I need somebody to be on my ass, like, yo, get the fuck up. We're going today, pushing me while we're in the.
That's like you with life. No offense.
exactly.
You need
So-
that in life in general.
Exactly.
Stop doing cocaine. Yeah.
I need like a life. I like a life coach.
just yell at you all the time. I'm into that.
You have a lot of life coaches, but you don't listen to them.
There's
That's not
bitches.
true.
Just different bitches.
I just block all of them and don't answer
I'm your
them.
life coach.
Cool.
Yeah.
Sometimes,
Sometimes
but you don't listen.
I don't.
Lil Pump bit by a snake. I just want to
didn't
say
see
that
much of
I
it.
took the clip and I put it
We
on
still didn't
Twitter,
talk about Drake.
and it got 6 million views.
Wait, you're the one that. Wait, one more time.
I downloaded the clip of Lil Pump getting bit by the snake and put it on Twitter, and it got 6 million views on Twitter.
Sheesh.
And he even like hit me up because he like clearly wished that he had gotten the 6 million views, and he was just like, he's like, damn, that clip went crazy, man.
Why was
That's
that
his little pump action.
Mario Luigi voice? Like, what the fuck?
Mario,
does talk like that.
Little pump.
Adam, what the fuck, man? You took my snake clip. You put it on the ground.
Why do you think he talks like that?
Because he does, bro.
That's Adam's accent for anyone that has like an accent that doesn't sound like his.
If you're not from America, this is my impersonation of you.
And he says that he's woke and likes different cultures.
Oh yeah, I'm wicked. I'm super.
You also
woke.
saw that video.
Wicked. He stopped himself from
I
saying
interviewed
wicked.
Dave East today.
What does that have to do with anything?
He's from Harlem. I ain't from there. That shows how open-minded I am. Hanging out with some dude from Harlem? That's crazy.
Anyway,
Wow. You know about the infamous Nashua Harlem beef?
No.
Infamous. Shout out to you for putting Nashua on the map.
Yo,
Dude,
for
the
real.
fact that I've even went there is kind of crazy to
I
me.
see
Nashua?
people.
I went to
see people
Nashua,
talk
New
with
about.
him though,
Hampshire.
right?
Yeah, she did, and we went
Nashua,
to
New
IHOP.
Hampshire.
That sounds terrible.
From time to time, I see people tweeting about it. Like, I can't believe I'm 22. It's from Nashua. It
I
really
remember
is
the show-
Trashua. That's
I
what they
remember
usually say.
the trash. I remember the venue too. It was like a
Oh
fucking.
my
it was
God.
like
Y'all
a,
did
it
the
was like a
show
cafe.
in Nashua too?
It was like
it
a
wasn't
cafe
even in
or
Nashua. It was in
something.
You
some
guys are
other
fucking
town.
insane.
It was bad. It was definitely.
This is the
like
one with like
cool.
DJ
Little
Luke.
lodge.
This is the one with like DJ Lucas and
Chapo,
Chapo
yeah.
and who
And
else?
Jeffrey.
That sounds like a crazy tour.
Under-
I had fun.
Jeffrey's the shit.
Love Jeffrey.
Jeffrey's
Shout out him.
funniest rapper. He says the most evil shit. I love a rapper like him. He's the original TJX6 man. Like he's like
think
he
so?
should be popping for the same reason that TJX6 is popping. Except TJ came out with like a weird ass abrasive flow.
Yeah.
And Jeffrey came out with like I like Jeffrey's flow a lot, but he's more of like just an overall scumbag rapper. Whereas you know TJ is like a scammer rapper.
Yeah, it's different definitely, but
You see, TJ did a meetup at the Walmart where the baby killed the guy.
What?
Like it's a tourist attraction now.
Oh my
it honestly should
God.
be. They should have like the lane blocked off and like fucking like an outline of the dude's body.
Oh my god, no! Build a tombstone
I don't
for
know how
him.
your ears don't get really fucking hot.
I don't like those headphones. They're expensive. We should probably
Ooh,
fucking
they're
sell
like
them.
earmuffs and shit.
These
Fuck.
headphones are way better and they're way cheaper.
This is.
What about
fucking
the
earmuffs.
brand you're supposed to be promoting?
Yeah,
What brand?
they could definitely get promoted in that video and only that video unless they pay for more.
The headphone
I don't
brand.
know what we're talking about.
I mean, that's the problem is I've had brands try to like do like a monthly sponsorship for us to wear headphones on this podcast. But
Yeah,
then
who,
like
Beats by Dre?
But then I'll get offered. I wish. But then I'll get offered one headphone deal for one video that's worth more per month than the other company was offering.
Yeah.
So it's not make
So
sense
just
to
like,
make it exclusive.
You know, it seems
felt
like it'd
that.
be easier to do like one-off brand deals for shit like headphone companies.
I was trying to keep the little pump thing going where he's a video of him get his dick sucked in a drop top Maybach.
Yeah.
See
There's
that?
that too. I fucking posted that, and I also feel like I did a.
Why you just over here clout chasing off the?
He told me to.
Little pump
He's
clout.
like, yo, post
You
this
don't,
on
you don't
No
realize
Jumper
he's been
Twitter.
doing this for the past
yeah,
fucking 3 years of
4
his
years.
life?
Yeah, you're right. You're right.
Hey, we're wearing
Pu-
similar pants.
Pump knows me for that. Oh yeah, look at that.
Oh,
You
my
got 2
God.
stripes because you're broke.
Excuse me.
Are you
These
wearing
are
fake
Delias.
Adidas. I got 3
These
stripes.
are Delias.
What the fuck does that mean?
Delias?
Delias.
What does that mean?
Delias? They still have that?
They brought him back. Dolls Kill. Got it for free. Shout out to Dolls
Delia's
Kill.
like the catalog that my sister used to get when I
and it
was
has like
12.
the little flower in
Yes.
the logo. Yeah, they brought him back.
That was
Oh,
like
that's how you pronounce it? I thought it's Delias.
that, I mean, that's how we said it, but that was
Oh.
like the guide to hotties when I was like 12.
Guide to hotties.
What is
No,
that mean?
because like my sister would get like a catalog and it would be all girls like our age. Like I'm like 14 and the girl,
That's what you were.
you know, there was like young ass, like they looked like
yeah.
chicks we went to high school
Yeah.
with and we thought they were fucking hot. And we would like look at that catalog.
You know what else is back? Lisa Frank.
Shout out to Lisa Frank.
Lisa Frank with
Shout
all
out
the
to her.
unicorns and all that shit.
Yeah, she like dropped like some merch, and I think fucking like somebody that like Blasey knows did like the fucking lookbook or some shit.
I
and
know who
was
it
just
is.
like-
It's Jordan. Shout out to Jordan.
Shout
So
out to
gross.
Jordan, yeah.
Shout out to So Gross.
Yeah, that shit was hard actually.
I read some article about Lisa Frank, but I don't remember anything from it. But
She's from Tucson.
There was a Lisa
don't know
Frank
anything.
store in the mall near my house, and my sister had a birthday party there, and I think all the girls got
What
to
was
have,
it?
You would get to have like a pencil case, and then you would decorate it with like you put
Oh
unicorns
my god, that sounds
and
so fun.
That sounds
glitter
I would
all
do that
over it
now.
and write your name in like a paint pen. That
So-
was like a
That sounds pretty
normal
tight.
Nashua. Like that was like if you were cool, you were having your birthday party at the Lisa Frank store.
That's kind of fire.
I didn't know they had actual stores, but for us, Lisa Frank was just like what do they call them? Not utensils. Fucking
Yeah.
School supplies.
school supplies, but there's another word for that.
I feel like you're gonna think of this word and be like, "Wow,
It's
that was
gonna
so
fucking
stupid."
piss me off.
This is why we can't have immigrants on the show.
Hey, I'm a citizen
kidding.
of this country now. Fuck you.
Since
I
when?
took the test when I was 18.
Wait, really?
I took the test. I fucking passed
you
it
weren't
with
born here?
flying colors. We've talked about this so many times. I had
know.
a green card up until I was
know.
18. I took the test. I fucking went on the stage. I wove my American
Stationary.
stationary.
I just saw it in the chat.
Thank you, everybody.
But why is the word
Why is it called
stationary even
stationary?
so necessary? It's just accessories.
Yeah,
it's
I don't
just
know. I want to call it
bullshit.
utensils. I was
Like
gonna
what?
call it school
You
utensils.
could have said paper. Paper is stationary, right?
No, but they have more than paper. They have all the
It's just
fucking
fucking
different
school
folders.
supplies.
The biggest thing, if you wanted to be a cool girl in school, was that you had Lisa Frank binders.
Yes, definitely.
I just saw a bitch with a Lisa Frank crew neck on. I didn't know it
Oh my
was this
god, I
deep.
thought you were gonna say it like a TJ bar. I just saw a bitch with a Lisa Frank.
I just scammed Party City for a costume. Is that a real lyric, or you just said that the other day?
What? What did I
You
say?
said, I just scammed Party City for a costume.
No, I just made that up. But, but,
Thank you
know.
to anyone that says station.
Yeah.
I just
what?
robbed Chick-fil-A for a sandwich.
I just robbed Popeyes and then I killed someone.
just all bad. I
Right.
just burned a building down and then shoved my condom up my ass.
Whoa.
Yeah. No, but yeah, Lisa Frank.
I just slapped a
Frank.
weird nigga that looked like Adam 22.
He starts smacking somebody that looks like somebody else.
You heard the Casher Kwan bar about you?
What do you say?
He was like, I need a no jumper.
Jumper,
Where
where
Adam?
Adam?
I just scammed the fuck out of a nigga named Adam.
Emphasis, I think he said weird. And
I just scammed the fuck out of a weird nigga that looked like Adam.
That's tight. I like that.
You ever heard that one yet?
No, actually, I
Where-
did hear it, but I
I
forgot
need
about
to
it
know
until
jumper.
right
Where
now.
Adam?
Where Adam?
That should be our
I
new
need to
line
know
anytime we
jumper.
don't know
Where Adam?
Who's got
is.
what's that was like the
Where
last
Adam?
shocking flow that you heard, right? What's the next one?
Honestly,
gonna
I
be
know.
after this?
Honestly.
The most shocking flow I've heard recently is the Indian flow.
Oh, right. All the Indian remixes. You never heard that?
Indian flow.
They
Come
tried to
on.
be Kati. They tried to be Kati.
No, wait, what's the fucking Lil Tecca one?
Oh, I got black. I got white. What you want?
Why are you so good at this?
know.
You need to watch it. It's
You
amazing.
gotta watch it. It's
His-
like Indian remixes of all the most popular
Indian
songs.
remixes.
Come
though.
on.
Fuck
No,
all
but
that.
it's
great.
like, it
They're
really is a
great.
diff-
The
I want a
person's
flow,
Instagram is
bro.
great. Okay,
I don't
he has
know.
a flow. And He
Yeah.
has harmony, and he fucking is great.
People are telling me to hit the Coke bag. What's that supposed to mean?
What does that mean, guys?
Bro, when I was doing my interview this morning with Dave East, I had just fucking slammed a big ass Starbucks. And I'm sort of like,
Let me get a sip of that,
you
Kim.
know, I'm moving around all funny and
Which
shit.
one?
I'm kind of all jazzed up. It's like I feel like I look
I don't
like a
have heard these up
crackhead
on.
when I
I'm
do
scared.
when I do like the 2 p.m. podcast and I'm leave the gym. I eat the fucking food, like I eat like a protein bar and slam a Starbucks. Ooh, I'll be looking like a crackhead.
Where Adam?
Where's Adam?
I need an interview. Where
Can we talk
Adam?
about Drake? Like the real
God,
thing
okay.
that happened? I want to
No,
talk about it.
we are-
Why?
but
Everybody talked about it.
We didn't talk
If
about
we
it.
were
We
going
talked
to cut
everything
a
about
section
it
in
but
this
it.
video, all right, fine. Cut this section into the clip about Drake getting booed. What else do we have to say about this?
That it shouldn't have happened. It was disrespectful, and Drake is my Lord and Savior. That's all I have to say.
Yeah, you guys got totally derailed by the fact that I didn't know. Like, to me, if Frank Ocean is playing, I'm gonna probably watch because
Well,
everybody
no,
else
look.
is gonna be into it.
I cannot believe
This
you've
is
never
okay.
heard of
This
Frank
is the
Ocean
thing,
song.
though. Frank Ocean was never scheduled to play.
They
There
just
was no
thought-
Neither was
hints.
Drake.
I know.
He was the question mark.
Right, but he did like a 15-minute set. I feel like it was represented as if the people were less into it than they actually were.
There was
He-
a live stream from some girl that was kind of popular, and
You heard a few people boo. I don't think.
Yeah, it was only a
nearly-
few.
he
But
was
you gotta
only-
think
I
about
saw
it.
the whole Twitch live stream. That shit was like thousands
Yeah,
and
there was
thousands
mad
of people. And
people.
I think
But
that
think
about this,
in
though.
her section, they were like,
yeah.
boo, boo,
But think
boo.
about this: the section that she was in the front, where Drake. If you were performing, the closest you're gonna hear is the people in the
Right
fucking
there, yeah.
media pit and in the front.
They did not seem
Listen,
lit there.
even if
at
you
all.
thought Frank Ocean was going to come out, what percentage of the fans at Flog Gnaw, which is a huge festival, what percentage of the fans are so invested in Frank Ocean coming out that Drake coming out is a bad result?
I mean, some people
It
do.
can't be that many
odd
people.
Future fucking fans.
If you have
because Frank is
50
a pivotal member of the
And I
Odd
understand.
Future Wolfgang
but
Kill Them All.
But
Drake
everybody
is?
likes
No,
Drake.
Frank
Everybody
Ocean.
likes
Oh, you
Drake.
said Frank.
At the end of the day, I just have
But look,
a hard
but the-
time believing that a significant percentage of that crowd was not into Drake. Now, I understand some percentage of the crowd booing. You could always have some percentage of the crowd booing around you while you film an Instagram clip. And also, Drake did come out and say it was a humbling experience. He was sort of bummed out about it. And then Tyler was angry too. So I get that. You know, it's
look,
clear that this
it's,
happened.
It's crazy that like in 2019 that Drake goes somewhere and like doesn't get a fucking
But look, this is
insane
the thing, though.
reaction.
This
It's
is the
kinda
thing, that's
crazy.
why-
It wasn't as bad as it is.
This is the thing. This is the thing.
I watched the clip where. So sorry. I watched the clip where he first came out, where Tyler.
They didn't seem that excited from the beginning.
No, Tyler introduced him. He's like, I got another friend for you guys. And then Drake comes out and he's the start from the bottom. And in that clip that I saw in particular, everyone was like, start from the bottom now. And they're going crazy.
But did Drake come out and play one of them like 4 a.m. in Wichita type songs? Where it's
No,
like,
I just said he came out and
4
played.
a.m. in
He played
Wichita.
I
Start.
just drank a bottle of Poland Springs. And now I'm not feeling a thing.
No.
Some shit
No,
like that.
he
Man,
came out to start
I
from
don't
the
like all
bottom.
that
Now we
slow
hear
shit.
start from the bottom. Now the
Yeah,
whole
exactly.
team here.
That's the Drake
That's
I
what
like.
I said. That's
Hit
like
me
he
with a
came out
banger,
to.
Drizzy.
Yeah, but he was trying to do like deep cuts for Tyler. Like Tyler, this
Did
is
he?
for you.
Yeah, he did.
Yeah,
He
he
did.
played like
I should be
favorites
downtown dipping on
of
the
the way to you, which is a great
But
song.
that's
by
the
the
thing.
way.
When you, I
Sorry.
don't know what the fuck you're talking about. But when I go to see,
You don't even know Drake songs. You
I
uncultured
do, but I don't.
swine.
If I turn it on and I can tell that the BPMs are too slow, next. It's just
Honestly,
I'm not trying to hear all that weird ass singing shit. It's just not for me.
Well, I mean, it's. Oh, actually, no, never mind. That was day one. But
Listen,
it was,
I watched-
because they have a fucking bunch of ballad singers. They had fucking Daniel Caesar, and everyone was going insane. You probably don't even know who Daniel Caesar is.
No clue.
He's great,
He
and
is
he
great,
sings
actually.
great.
Great salads.
That was actually good. That was good, actually.
Why do I hate you?
I don't know. That's a singer guy. I should look into him because no,
His
I just
music is really fucking good. And
I was just
he got
interviewing.
Canceled.
He got canceled.
Well,
Oh,
like
what?
a year
Wait,
ago for
what did he
defending
say?
yes rules.
Oh my god. Oh, I remember that.
Honestly,
Okay,
Yeah.
yeah.
But he makes
an
great
Her
indefensible
ass
fucking
is so
music.
fat in real life, I would defend anything she ever said, ever.
Whoa.
Turds come out of it just like every other one. This is the thing about Daniel Caesar. Well, no, actually, I don't know anything about him, but
Caesar dressing.
that's good. Fuck.
Honestly, my favorite salad. Not gonna lie.
Honestly, no. Okay, I just interviewed Jack Harlow, and he's
wait,
from
really?
he's from Louisville, and he's
He
a
is.
mega Bryson Tiller fan, and he just has a
Cool.
song. It's got a song with Bryson Tiller. I thought about talking about the fact that he's like so into Bryson Tiller, and there's a
But
song
you're
with him
like,
and
what the
stuff.
fuck am I gonna ask him?
I'm like,
Yeah.
am I really gonna sit here to
act like you-
my audience and act like I know a goddamn thing about Bryson Tiller? But this is my thing: is that I feel like I need to actually.
Go dive in.
I need to like try to understand this weird, slow,
Dude, it's a whole market,
non-existent
dude.
music.
It's
just
not
so
non-existent music. It's just like
There's
a lot of
entire
times-
huge festivals that have just that music.
I know,
like
and I don't get it.
Tropicala and shit like that.
I was watching Six Lack perform, and
Lack.
I know, but I want to like.
He hates being called that.
There's just like moments where it's so slow, and there's just not enough going on, and I'm like, is this like in between a song, or is the song still going? I just don't get the instrumentals of who wants to listen to this sort of like.
I don't know. Maybe when you like.
see, but you know what's crazy? Like the music that I've been finding myself gravitating towards recently is kind of a mixture of like trap
You love that
beats
singing shit.
with like singing shit on top of it.
Who does
Like,
that?
that's what-
like
like
the new
Zan-
Usher album.
No, like Zan does that. Are you joking?
Zan.
Zan sings in like almost every one of his
He does
songs.
sing.
Zan raps like a DMV rapper that's like a little bit more melodic.
Exactly, but he's like singing with it though. It's
He
not-
doesn't sound like Black or fucking
I didn't say
Bryson
that.
Tiller or some
I didn't say
shit.
that,
It's
but
a
I said,
completely different
I
world.
said that the
He
music
said
that
he
I
likes
listen to
trap
is like a
singers.
fusion of that.
Like Cash Bentley.
Or like Cash
Summers,
Bentley, Summer.
Autumns,
Thank you for dropping it.
Winters.
Oh.
Falls.
Okay.
That's his favorite rapper.
I mean,
Okay,
it's
no.
boring to talk about how I don't get R&B. It's like no
I
shit,
think
you don't
R&B
get
is
R&B,
great,
you old
and
man.
you're missing out.
Yeah.
I love. It's like vibe. It's a vibe.
You know what I'm trying to
definitely.
do right now? I'm trying to
Honestly, it is a vibe.
I'm trying to re-listen to every Jay-Z album because I want to do a Jay-Z tier list where I rate his albums because I know that people don't picture me having these kind of conversations, but just feel very strongly about this sort of thing. So
What would you do? You would write an essay?
no, you ever see the tier list videos where they're taking the images and dragging them around so that they're in order of how good they think it is?
No, but that sounds interesting, and I'm down to watch it.
It is cool. A lot of people do it nowadays. It's kind of like a thing on YouTube. Can I talk about this? ABG Neal has returned.
Returned from the
to
dark.
the gram, and he's a little bit cut up, but he actually made a video where he's wiping his face with a $100 bill, and he's listening to the NV Kane and 22G's diss song that they put out about. I believe it was that song. There's like a couple of different NV Kane songs. NV Kane, for the record, is the rapper who either beat his ass or orchestrated him getting his ass beat.
G's was involved as well.
22G's, there's a video that came out, MV Kane and 22G's, and it has ABG Neal getting the dog shit beat out of him as the intro
Dude, they broke
to
a
the
cane
video.
over his head, dude.
That was a cane? I thought it was a baseball bat or something.
No, it was a cane.
That's
So
insane.
MV Kane was carrying a cane? Is that like some Batman
That honestly
villain
is kinda
type
funny.
shit?
That's honestly kind of funny, but I don't know. But
Anyway, so he made
Dude,
a
they were
video.
fucking him up.
He
You
made,
need to beat someone up with the house.
Bro,
phone.
we're past the video of him getting beat up. You guys
Damn.
gotta get with the times.
No,
we're
I know.
past the video of him getting
The
beat
vid-
up.
this song
He made
came
a
out.
video dancing to his op song, wiping
I
his
saw the
face
video.
up, and tagged Brownsville. So he's asking for this shit to happen again, which is good because I think ABG Neal, you guys have to keep acting tough. If he starts kind of
Yeah,
acting like, oh, I don't want all this beef.
and they were like, everybody's on his head because he was like pleading and saying, please, please.
Yeah, I saw who's the
And-
other fool that was commenting, please, like laughing
It
at
was
him
like,
for it.
I don't want to be
What's his
dropping.
name?
I don't want to be dropping
His name
names.
is Coca something.
It was
I
like-
forget the other fool's name. Coca Jigga. What a rap name, man.
Anyway, he was in the comments, and then ABG Neal replied and was like, "Bro, that song is fire. You going crazy?"
Yeah, just clowning him.
That's hilarious.
But I mean,
Like,
the weird
dude.
thing about talking about all this shit is that it's like ABG Neal to me is super lit, but it doesn't get that many views or comments when I like say shit about him and shit, and then that reminds you that he like doesn't even have 100K on the gram yet. But he seems so much more lit than the
You
dudes
saw-
that he's beefing with.
You saw the fucking how they reacted to him when he came out of Rolling Loud, though. That shit was
That's
crazy.
New York though, it's a little different.
I mean, but it was lit though. Like,
Yeah,
you
they
gotta
were-
get lit in your city first.
Yeah, it's true. And
Yeah, you
especially
think that? You think in your city first?
I mean, that's
It helps.
Yeah.
A lot of people
100%.
go. A lot of people blow up other
Okay,
I
but-
places.
mean, that's obviously it's not the only way that you should do it, but
if Lil Housephone right now put out a song on YouTube and SoundCloud and the YouTube community
Analytics.
started fucking with it super crazy, guess what's gonna happen? All the hood dudes from your area are gonna start acting like they've been your best friend your whole fucking
They've been
life.
acting like that already, and
Right,
I'm not
yeah,
even
you
doing
should
anything.
blow up in like somewhere random, like Kansas or,
I hope so.
or Vancouver.
Hey, Kansas, come fuck with me, man. Let's go.
I mean,
Vancouver.
yeah, do some. You know, like Lil Fag went to. Didn't he become?
I was like,
No, you know, Lil Fag.
Yeah, no, I know,
Lil
I know.
Fag became the fucking mayor of like a town and made it like illegal for straight people to get married in that town.
that's honestly amazing.
You
How the
should
fuck
honestly
did he do
some shit like that. Move to some random town and like I
that?
mean,
Start rapping it.
I mean, you don't have to like fuck a bunch of dudes or whatever, but become like a polygamist. Like meet the SoundCloud rapper who left LA and moved to Kansas and started a harem. And you just get like 8 girls to come with you, and you get Vice to come out and do a documentary about you living in the middle of the woods and just having this little harem. And like
How many kids do I have to have?
A lot.
that would show commitment. In terms of like for me, if I'm a Vice producer, I'm gonna be looking at that like this
Yeah.
guy got a bunch of kids. He's serious.
I mean, I'm not opposed to doing this.
Are you like recording us or something?
How do you not?
Why are you
Oh,
why are you
hey
recording
Siri,
us?
Beats One live and
Shut
direct
the
to you.
fuck
It's
up,
starting
bitch.
to play a Zane Lone podcast.
Tell that hoe to shut up.
It
What were we
literally
yelling about
it
Yuri,
started
bro?
playing a Zane Lowe thing called the Little Big Town Interview by Zane Lowe and Kelly something.
Why were you yell?
Clarkson.
What were you about to yell at Yuri about?
Because there's people just spamming like R.I.P. Yuri. It's like
That's kind of funny.
stop
though.
making it about yourself. Just
Yeah,
fucking-
it's probably Yuri doing it on his own
if you
phone.
if you
Yuri,
see somebody
Yuri has some bots.
For the record, if you see somebody spamming the chat with some dumb shit over and over and over, you put them in timeout. If you catch them doing it more than once, they're banned forever. Hide user from this channel, whatever. But yeah, I mean, I'm happy to see ABG Neal back on the streets. I don't.
I called it. I said he'd make it back. He'd make it back.
He's,
Okay,
well,
in
he's,
one piece.
he's alive.
Well,
Yeah.
obviously.
He said, like when I talked to him though, he told me, he said, I wish everybody knew the real story, but he said that he can't tell the real story
Isn't he in court?
because the cops are like mad at him for not telling them the real story.
I saw that. I saw that caption.
So
Oh, the real story is like, nigga, you got caught. What? Like what?
I mean,
what else do you need?
But
to
he wouldn't volunteer information to the cops, so the cops are mad.
Of course.
But he's
As
telling
a-
me that like the real story is crazy. I mean, the real story clearly ends with you getting the dog shit beat out of you. So,
So
it's
it
like
doesn't really matter.
whatever the real story is, you know. It ain't
I heard from some YouTuber dude who was apparently close to the situation that they were at the studio. Some dudes came up to me like on some fan shit, like, you know, playing it off like, oh, da da da. They left and then came back and then beat the fuck out of and then started jumping him first. He got away while they were still jumping his friends, and then they came and found him, and then that's where the video started.
Is it like a big black guy, the dude who was making these videos?
Kinda.
I've seen this dude.
Yeah.
He's like really like arguing with NV Kane over FaceTime and shit. Like
He just like a real New York ass nigga. And he was just like,
vloggers who are also tough is kind of like a cool new thing. Didn't think it was possible, but like the dude who sits there and
you're
makes
a total
reaction,
pussy.
yeah, exactly. The dude who makes the reaction videos to the tough rappers could actually be tough.
Yeah.
Like you could be like a big gang member and still be like, "Fucking man, let me sit in front of this camera. Hey, what's up, YouTubers?
It's your boy
Don't
DJ
get
Go.
don't get clapped. You run up on me, I'll kill you." Next story: Little Housephone moved to Kansas and started a harem.
Probably
What
the
is that
be-
hair
It'll probably be the best type of
Bunch of
vlogger
girls.
because anytime you vlog in public and have a fucking camera facing you and you're talking into it, people love yelling like, "Oh, YouTube, oh, vlog." But if you're big and tough, like
Then they
if
probably
they, if they
won't.
say
yeah.
that to you,
Or you know, people are usually not that receptive to having a camera thrown in their face. And if you're big and scary and black, then they'll probably just do whatever you want them to do.
Are you scared still that you're gonna get beat up because of this kid that you punked at Not Scary Farms or whatever?
What?
what?
Didn't you get into some shit where you told some kid his V-Lone jacket was fake?
Oh, yeah,
Oh
you think
my
you think I was
God.
ever scared of that?
Yes. I heard that.
he's not scared.
I heard
Housephone's
that
tough.
a certain
He beats
vintage
people
clothing
up.
store that was gonna have you killed.
No, I'm friends with that certain vintage
But
clothing
I heard
store.
they were mad at you because you were fucking.
They were? No, they're
No,
not mad.
Just made that up.
Kim told me a dramatic version of the story at one point.
No,
I thought you were gonna get
it
whooped.
doesn't even have to do with him at this point.
wasn't
Now
even
it's
nothing to
someone
me.
else stepped
It's all
in.
Hesh now. Shout out Hesh.
Wait, speaking of street shit, Lil Reese
Lil Reese,
got
man.
shot.
It sucks because we haven't got an update as far as I've seen all day. Like
He's in critical condition.
Critical condition was the story that they were putting
Yeah.
out last night. Because Dirk right away was like, he good. Everybody's kind of like, oh, he's good, okay.
And then,
they're
no,
like
but-
critical condition, and now nobody's heard anything since really.
It's like, what do we even have to say? He got shot in the suburbs
he's
too,
okay.
apparently.
40 minutes outside of it, and the crazy shit is that I go to put on his top songs on Spotify or whatever today when I'm in the gym, and I mean, his biggest song is "Catch Me in Traffic," how to get shot
that song.
in traffic, like really.
My favorite song ever.
He not about that life,
Sad.
man. Catch me in traffic.
You know,
God
it's
damn
like
it. Ugh.
it's so shitty when like a rapper. I mean, God forbid that he might pass. Hopefully everything is all right. But like when Peep died, and you're listening to all his songs, and so many of them are about drugs, and you're just like, God damn, this is kind of spooky. It's like that with Reese. Like I played his shit just to listen to his shit today, and then I'm just like, damn, like this is gonna be dark, bro. And I was also like, bro, this is gonna be just like Nipsey. You're gonna be hearing "Traffic" and "Us" by Reese everywhere you go. The same way you never heard on Racks in the Middle anywhere before fucking
That
he
song was
passed
really
and
good,
they
though.
blew that fucking song up once
Yeah.
once Nipsey passed. And Wack was talking about it the other day, and like I disagree with some of the shit he was saying, but that shit was real. Like, bro, you die and they start playing your shit. I mean, but then I don't really feel like that happened to Fredo that crazy. Like you hear Rob My Plug, some shit maybe,
Not really. I
but not
don't-
really like that, you know.
I'll say I've been playing Traffic and it just doesn't get the reception that like Hard in the Paint gets.
You know,
which
well,
is sad.
Hard in the Pain is the biggest cheat code. I hate that song.
Yeah, I'm kind of over that song.
I
now.
like the cheat codes, but me personally, I'm tired of fucking playing them or hearing them. But
Also, Yuri,
gotta
the
cheat
people saying
sometimes.
bad things about me, please fucking destroy them too. You know what I'm talking about, Yuri. Not like Adam is fat. That's okay.
Adam's secret lipo, everyone spam the chat.
Yeah.
Hashtag Adam Secret.
Secret
Lipo.
lipo.
Adam's secret lipo. I'm honestly down. I want to look like
Speaking
Gucci
of
Mane.
secrets,
Look at you and your little.
T.I. wants to know his daughter's deepest secrets.
This is gonna be the longest show that we've
I'm
ever
really
done.
good
People
at
like it. People
Don't you
like
have to go to a
long.
little peeper burn?
I'm about to go literally in 10 minutes because I have to
Okay.
be there at 7:30.
Well, let's
And
talk
by the
about
way,
T.I. for 10
after
minutes.
you guys, I will be live streaming and listening to your music.
Yay.
So
Maybe
y'all
I'll come
know.
back and join her, but I have to go watch this Lil Peep documentary.
Listen, bro, this is all I gotta say about that shit is
It's weird.
it's weird as fuck. I think everybody agrees with that. I don't see anybody really defending him. But I will say that I think it's important that this is open up the conversation. If you're a guy and you've got a daughter and she all of a sudden starts getting into her teenage years, how do you talk to her about dating and sex, and how do you talk to her about what you're okay with her doing? Because it's like, dude, when like that's a very awkward position that
Yeah.
every guy, like, we don't want to think about what it's going to be like to have a 16-year-old daughter, and you all of a sudden are in charge of what she's allowed to do, and she wants to fucking go out with dudes, she wants to stay out, she wants to go on dates, all this shit, and at some point you're gonna have to actually make decisions about that, and that's gonna be really fucking hard.
Well, obviously.
T.I.'s on the other side of the spectrum. He's taken to the doctor to inspect her
That's
hymen.
insane. I mean,
But
I definitely
it's
think
a tough decision.
Tiny should have talked to her daughter about it. And obviously, like, not everyone's in a position that has their mother in the household as well. But obviously, it's like, you know, the dad should talk to the son and the mom should talk to the daughter.
Why is that obvious? I want to be intrinsically involved with my daughter's menstruation.
You have the same body parts. You were at the same gender. You've been through the same the fucking life cycles.
So if me and Lena have a kid, you don't think that Lena is qualified to tell them, like, you know, don't
I think that it's okay to
don't
talk.
get jerked off on the bus?
I mean,
son.
okay, obviously she has a say in her child as well, but I think that, I mean, obviously that, you know, taking it to the fucking podcast and talking about obviously is not okay, but I don't know, like, if that's the case,
Which is
and
what
he
Adam's
does,
gonna
if
do
that's
when
the
he has
case
a
and he
kid.
does take his daughter to the gynecologist to get her hymen checked, like, I guess you could do it if she lives in your household and she's not 18 yet. But once
I mean,
she turns,
technically, you can do whatever the fuck you want with your kid, but it's just like
I guess just
that
like
doesn't make it not weird.
bringing it it's gonna it's
And
just,
bringing it to the forefront and telling people,
It's
because
just
isn't he the
fucking
one that
weird.
revealed it and like told everyone?
Yes.
Listen, but this
It's
is my
fucking
thing
weird.
about it is, like, you can tell your daughter, like, you're not allowed to stay out past 10. You can tell your daughter you're not allowed to go be alone with boys.
You
can have all these
you can
rules.
tell her you're not allowed to have sex.
If
but
she-
You can tell
She's-
her-
you
if
could-
she could do whatever the fuck
Yeah,
she
you
wants.
can tell a 16-year-old that you can't have sex, right?
you're not having sex. You're not having a boyfriend or having sex
mean,
until you are blah blah blah.
I am a little bit torn on it because it does seem kind of like you should
trust
explain
them and
if
just-
you are going to, here's the safe way to do it. But I
Exactly.
also think it's pretty fair to tell 16 is one thing. Tell your 14, 15-year-old
Oh,
kid, like,
100%.
you're not, like, you are not having sex while you are living under my fucking roof at 14.
Yeah.
But don't you know a fuckload of people that are having sex at 14?
Maybe not a
I don't
fuckload,
know
but I
fuckload,
knew
but
a
yeah,
lot.
people were starting to have sex around like
That's
14,
what
15.
I just think people, when they talk about T.I. having this bizarre weirdo ass overreaction, are kind of oversimplifying the fact that this shit is probably extremely hard to deal with, and a lot of people aren't ready for it. Like, I definitely don't think I've learned enough or know enough to
I
be
think-
able to raise a kid through that time in their life.
I just think that, like, parenting in general, there's no wrong or right, and especially the teenage years is when it gets the fucking hardest, because that's
Yeah.
when they get a brain mind of their own, and no matter what you tell them, they're gonna find a way to do whatever the fuck
Hell
they want.
yeah,
Think about you
dude.
guys and us, and like, I just think that, like, it's kind of crazy that, like, I mean, you know, this is not fact, but the guys that are the most how should I say this?
Like sheltered
Gross.
and the,
Gross. I'm looking at you guys.
Their parents
in
are
their
probably
life.
strict?
No, is that they will have daughters and they're gonna have to deal with the gross guys like them.
Every
Growing
time,
up.
how many times have you met
Karma.
a girl who was a total fucking slut, and she
We're not slut-shaming on you.
grew up with the tightest, most strict upbringing, and then
God,
she
yeah.
reacts against it, and she's just being way more promiscuous
Dude,
than she
listen.
probably. Don't you think that that's kind of in the cards for T.I.'s daughter, since she seems like she's aware of the fact that she might have had some sort of injustice perpetuated against her because she unfollowed her parents. She's liking tweets. She's basically having the
I'm so
media.
mad.
The media is explaining it to her. Oh, all
Like
this
your
shit
dad
that
is
you
weird.
thought was super
Ugh.
normal growing up, actually, it's kind of fucked up.
feel so
And
bad for her.
everybody on Twitter, everybody in the media is going to have this huge conversation. Little girl, we're all talking about your vagina for some reason. Super
sad.
fucking weird. She's watching it and she's realizing, oh, I
My
don't
fucking
have
dad's
That's
a
not
creep.
okay.
she might
yeah.
have never thought that it was weird that her dad was doing that, or at least she didn't feel like she had the authority to, like, say anything.
Shit,
about
now
Yeah.
she's like, you know what? They can't check my throat. I'm about to go.
Oh my god. Oh my god.
They can't.
Also,
it. Ain't no hymen in my throat.
that hymen shit is stupid because you could tear
You
your
could tear your
hymen
hymen doing
from
anything.
Using tampons.
But that's what he said. He goes, she ain't riding no bicycle. She ain't on no
Yeah,
horse.
she ain't on-
oh my god.
This nigga T.I. is
He's
literally
crazy.
fucking insane. What? Like, what if she got caught little finger and it fucking ripped her hymen? Like, you
What
know?
if she dated a guy who had a fucking massive, super long finger? He was all of a sudden. What if she,
What if he
she
had a-
met a guy who shoved the gnome up there? Boom, hymen gone.
Or a guy that had a hangnail and just tore it the inside. And
Bleh. That literally makes me want to puke thinking about having a hangnail and fingering a girl. Wow. That is so gross, Kim. You should be demonetized for that for sure.
the one thing I've ever said, and the fucking thousands of things you two have said.
Have
Why you guys gotta throw me into it?
You ever have a cut
Thousands
on
of
your
things
finger?
you've said.
You ever have a cut on your finger and then you start fingering a girl and then you start thinking about the cut and you're like, Jesus
No,
Christ, this is so weird.
My hands are pretty clean all the time, usually.
I usually wash my
They're just
hands
a little
about
bit
every
wet.
3 or 4 days. Usually I wash
Girls
my hands
like
when I
that.
take a shower.
Ew.
You
They
know,
do?
Aaron Carter said he was going to come on here with his mom.
Really?
The originator of Love Money Gang. LMG.
I mean, I'm down for whoever him and his guests and
Aaron Carter and
he's
his
our
mom.
fourth.
You
he's
missed
our-
it out last
He's
time,
our
yeah.
fourth co-host. I'm not fucking missing out next time.
We-
And me and him are friends.
Also, are we bringing Jen and Shay back? You
No, they broke up.
yeah, but I
I know,
thought we were
but-
gonna interview her by herself.
Oh, solo episode. She wants to do it like Friday or something.
She says she wants to do it on the
Thursday or Friday
yeah,
this week.
the 21st or the 22nd.
Well,
That's
maybe
next week, isn't
because
it?
I think I might have a couple of other. The 21st.
Mm-hmm.
I can't do the 21st very well because I have to go play poker on stream.
Mm.
I might be able to do it earlier in the day though. Why are we scheduling this right now?
I don't know, but
Yeah, I know, but that's weird. Yuri just put somebody in timeout because they said, Adam, if you have a daughter, then I'm gonna bone the fuck out of her in front of you.
That's pretty bad.
You think that is that worthy
yeah, that
of
wasn't
being
that
banned?
bad. Is Yuri even? Yuri doesn't even have a mouse or anything.
To me,
Oh.
I'm so numb to that sort of thing from the fans that wouldn't have even occurred to me. Like, oh,
Dude,
they're
don't
saying
you-
that they're gonna fuck my child. That doesn't even like occur
My
to me as
unborn child.
You know,
Don't you-
I'm just so used to
Didn't
like
you say
everything
that
from them.
like weird ass people be like coming up to you and like saying shit about Lena like in front of Lena to you or like?
There's definitely been a few times where like
There was that one in Chicago. I was watching the video and
What?
he was like, I don't know. He came up to you and said something like, "Oh, like he was like, hey Adam,
What's it like to
like
fuck
yeah."
Lena?
He was like 1 out of 10. How's your girl's head?
That's so
Oh
And
weird.
you-
yeah.
And
That
she
is
was like
weird.
standing over there, and you're just like 11.
I'm like 11.
She
bro.
was like,
Get the
"What?"
fuck away from me.
Like,
I miss
how
Lena.
weird is that?
I miss you, Lena.
That was weird.
Open call to Lena.
No, this dude like came up to us one time and like he's all talking to her and then he realizes I'm standing there and he's like talking to me and he's like, bro, if your girl didn't have a boyfriend, I don't know what I would do. I'm like,
Like, what, you're gonna,
you
like,
don't know what
sexually
you're
is-
gonna
You just, like,
rape
kidnap
her on the
her.
street or something. Like what are you threatening? Like, what is the alternative
what?
scenario that I should be worried about here? Like
Oh my
if I didn't exist, she would still be a woman who probably doesn't want to fuck you, bro.
Yeah, just like this random dude walking down the street. Like
That
what?
really tripped me up because he didn't think he was being creepy, and I'm like,
He was
man,
like,
that was
"Bruh."
so creepy.
Men are very creepy without thinking that they
man.
are. It's really fucking weird.
I get to
No,
see
dude.
a lot of it with her because people just come up to her and say the crazy
See, but
shit.
that, like, does it make you change? Does it make you change how you go about things, or like the way you like just like you know?
What are you doing on your phone?
About to call it Uber.
through dating her, I definitely could say that I've very much like I would never be able to just holler at girls on the street the same way that I might have thought
Ew,
was
what'd you
normal.
do, like catcall?
Nah, I
girls
was never a
on-
bad catcall guy, but I mean, I just
Me
see
either,
like,
bro.
you see it close up when you're really around a girl and you see
Yeah.
how awkward it makes them feel to
And
walk
how-
around in
yeah.
public and shit. And man,
Yeah.
I swear New York is the worst for it. I would know girls who were from like Connecticut and they went to New York and they were just like flabbergasted.
The
like,
worst is Italy. They'll
Just
go up
they
to you.
catcall hard?
They'll go up to you and grab your boobs.
Really?
I
Dude,
swear to
what?
fucking God. The guys there.
Oh
the
my
mo-
goodness, grabs
My,
titty.
I mean, they were like drunk leaving a
I
club.
like that.
My friend
up?
had really big tits, and like we were leaving
Who,
a
which
club.
friend?
Send pics.
Oh my!
This is an example, guys.
We're
This
both
is
like,
like-
She's not here.
Yeah, we don't even know her.
I'm gonna look at her tits and I'm never gonna
Anyway,
talk to
she
her.
has big tits.
I'm
and
not
we would
gonna
be
look
like,
at her.
You can't just say that and not drop the at.
Just
I
look
just
at
wanna-
look at your girlfriend's breasts.
Table this. Kim's friend's boobs. We're gonna look at them later. Okay, keep going.
So we're leaving a club, and
Hold on,
they,
hold on.
these
And
gross
put the
ass
F-
guys just grab her tits. There's like boo boo boobie or whatever.
Are you
I
serious?
swear to God, like
A
the guys
boobie.
and the guys, the guys there like will catcall you. Like, come on,
Oh,
Blippy. Booby. Chunky.
just grabbed her
Boob.
titties.
boob,
Bro, that's
breasts.
honestly the craziest thing I
It
ever.
was crazy.
I was all warning Lena when she went to Barcelona for like a week without me. I was all warning her like, you got to be careful. Like these dudes are gonna fucking. They're so aggressive with the way they hit on girls. I don't know what the fuck I was talking about. She said she didn't have any problems the whole time.
Yeah, I think Barcelona's fine.
When I was in Barcelona hanging out with all these filthy fucking psychopath, they're from Argentina, all these BMX riders out there. Oh my, I've never seen girls get hit on this aggressively in my life. So I was
Sounds
like,
scary.
I was like preparing her for that, and then she really didn't have that experience at all.
Yeah, I don't remember Spain feeling dangerous.
Spain though is a place where you will get pickpocketed and they will take your fucking bag, bro. If they know you got an expensive
No,
camera in your
what are you
bag, they're
doing?
taking that. You're just handing her the Instagram.
The
I was
I'm
yeah.
not just gonna give you her at.
I
So we
just
can
wanna
all
see-
just talk about her. Look at
I
her
just want to
breasts and
see
talk
what
and
the boobs
review
look
them.
like. Come on, dude.
Just literally go into Google, type big boobs.
No, we want to know the girl that you know
Yeah.
because
Oh
then there's
my
a chance
God, I
that she
wish I
might want to fuck
literally never
with
said
us.
this.
if everybody out there drop a name of a girl that you think that she might be talking about.
What?
So if you
Is this Shahina?
No, it's not.
is it?
But Shahina does have big
Amazon
boobs too.
Sheena.
Oh.
No, but he has a funny story about her.
No, I don't.
What?
I do not.
I got a funny story about her sister. Amazon Sheena's gonna find out we're talking about her. I wonder if
Yeah.
she's still in the game.
No, I think
I
she's
don't- I
like
haven't
married
seen
to
her
some
in
fat
so
like
long.
EDM dude. And
Really? That's the game. That's
Like,
just still in
that's
the
game
game.
for her. Yeah,
Yeah.
that's the game for her.
You gotta be in the game.
Let's
Yeah,
wrap
so we
it
were
up.
now we're just talking
Let's
about
just wrap
random
it
shit.
up.
Now we're talking about people that there's no way.
No one is gonna have.
We cannot be on this podcast talking about people who have 500 followers. It's just not right. This is wrong.
like
Then we
people
need to
that
stop
they.
talking
Yuri
about,
is
then
in
we,
that
I was
category.
gonna say then we should stop talking about Yuri.
No, but I mean, you got to have people in your crew that you could sort of talk about so that their lives.
Yeah,
can
he's
see.
like he's like our weird 905 shooter in a way.
My last, yeah, because he's sending out dick pics. Yo, my last question:
Under
do you think
no.
it's gross if I?
Fuck Yuri? Yes.
Oh,
No,
shit,
I don't
really?
think
You
it's
think I should
gross.
think twice about that? Do you think it's gross if the first time I ever came inside Lena, another girl was eating my butt at the time?
That was the first time you ever came inside of your girlfriend
First
was
time I ever
recently.
well, when I did it before, but she was on the period.
Why are we talking about this right now on the podcast?
Because I'm a thought.
This has been the No Jumper Show.
Get me lit.
Wait, before we leave, and also I already mentally checked out. So let's stop. When should we?
Give me that trip.
Bitch, I'm a thought, baby. Give me lit.
So we're gonna be doing this every week, and we're gonna do it starting what time? 6 p.m. from
6
now, right?
p.m. Housefone's never going to be late again. If he is, we're going to start without him.
Yeah, we're just gonna start all the time.
Today,
at
I
6
was the one that
p.m.
requested that we started early so I can make it to the Little Peep documentary on time.
And then you were still an hour
late. But anyways, guys, we're gonna be here every Tuesday at 6 p.m. starting right at 6 p.m.
Yes, and
Letting everyone
RIP
know.
Lil Peep, but you're also going to be late to his documentaries.
No, it starts at
RIP,
7:30. Fuck you.
And,
You don't need to see the
stay
baby
on
footage.
because I'm gonna be listening to your music, and I might bring
Fuck
some
you.
special guests to listen to your music with me.
Bitch, I'm a thought. Give me
Follow
lit.
me on
Wait,
Instagram at
who's your
Camp Flog.
special guest? What the fuck?
Come
Tell
on.
me. Tell me. Can you tell me?
Baby.
I never
the
even.
best part.
I never even heard that song before.
Are you
Bitch,
serious?
I've literally. Oh wait, no, never mind. That was someone else. Why do
Man.
people keep acting like they've not heard that song? I was with a group of people yesterday that were like, "I've never heard that song." I'm like,
What?
"You have heard the song. We've actually
Bro,
played it a million times on
that
this
song
fucking
was
podcast."
already massively big like
Yeah.
3-4 months ago. I remember feeling like I felt like it had like a million views when I found it. I remember thinking like, oh, I'm kind of lame.
I
didn't
found
know
out about it
this
when
till
Nicki
now.
Minaj remixed it. I was like, okay,
see.
one of the biggest fucking
Pause.
rappers.
That's late. I'm an old school Pop Smoke fan.
Pause magazine.
Bitch, I'm a thought.
Pause magazine. I can't believe I didn't ask Dave about
I
that.
can't believe
dude.
you didn't either.
But he might have been.
You should call him and ask him.
He
right
might
now.
have got offended and been like,
What the fuck you want, Adam?
pause?
Wait,
What, you saying I'm gay?
what's the thing you're supposed to say before pause or something if you catch it?
Hey, yo.
Hey yo.
Hey, yo
Hey,
is the same
yo.
thing as pause. It's just like a different version of
yo.
it. No homo is just a little bit too in your face.
Okay, boomer.
So I can't believe it took us this long to go with that.
This fool's watching my my location. He was like, "You haven't moved yet. Come on, I'm trying to get snacks."
Ooh.
The homie I'm going to watch the movie with.
Oh my God, are you
Whoa.
sneaking snacks into the little Peep movie?
No, I'm gonna go buy him at the theater because I got money, bitch.
Definitely go.
Bro, that's fucked up.
Sorry.
Don't
I'm
waste
wearing
all
my
your
little-
money on nerds.
I'm wearing my little Peep shirt underneath. My
Which
little Peep sus boy shirt.
That's an old one?
Aw.
No, it's after you passed away. It's
Daddy.
like a collage of like it's like the tattoo
Daddy.
on his chest.
Very cool.
That only
was a
seems kind of sus because you call a lot of different dudes daddy.
All right, I'll see y'all later. I'm out of here.
Later, daddy.
Bye.
All right, y'all.
Bye, daddy. It feels so gay every time I say that.
thought.
Daddy. This has been the No Jumper Show. Boomer Gang 22. Cam girl on this bitch.
Hey.
Big spliff energy.
Woo.
Yuri's getting his head shaved. Keep your eyes peeled.
Oh, yeah, when are you guys doing that?
Ah!
Y'all doing that right now?
I don't know. No, not right now. But soon. Cam girl's gonna stick around. Be right back. Plow, 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 plow.